is good? Vibe gang, we're gonna give it a minute. Orpheus Ren, how are you doing? Hello, Krista. Hello, Krista. How are you guys doing? Check it out. Get the merch. We just got it. Get the merch. I gotta turn the lights on. Give me a second. Give me a second. How's everybody doing today? Perp, how are you doing? I don't use Twitch. I just go live on it and that's it. I don't use this. Is the first time me using it. Carly, say something crazy, Carly. I see you, Bad Wolf. Thunder ass, what's going on, Thundy? Oh, like I know I got a sword. Is that Jorge? Yes! I'm so happy to see Jorge's name. It's not becoming a session. This is becoming something else. Hold on. I almost cried a little bit. Where Jorge? It's like Jorge here. It feels complete now. Now get the merch if you haven't. Get the merch. Get the. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome up first.
So much.
He's just playing.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Sorry. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm tired today, but I'm good.
Good.
I worked at 5 a.m. So.
You worked at 5 a.m.?
Yeah, and this past weekend was too crazy at work because everyone's getting ready for the 4th of July. So.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, but I have tomorrow and Wednesday off, so I'm good.
At least you got that. At least you got that. I'm good that the link is working.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't click it from there. I already had it, so I just.
Oh, you already had it up?
Yeah, I probably should have clicked it from your chat though. But should we wait for Carly or?
I'm gonna wait for Carly before we get it all started up.
Yeah.
So you had a shitty week. It's been like that for a lot of people. I've been getting hit up. My wife, me. We've all been having shitty weeks. But keep working. Keep doing it.
It was mostly the weekend because so I do. I don't know how far Hannaford goes, but it's mostly I think it's really only in New England. But it's a grocery store and we have the curbside pickup. And I do the in-store shopping so people can come pick up their groceries and stuff. And our system went down for just my department. And we had to, instead of digitally doing it and scanning items and stuff, we had to do it by paper. And it was Sunday, and Sundays are the busiest days for retail. So.
Yep.
So yeah.
I hate all of it. Everything that you said, I'm getting hives right now because I worked retail for 20 something years. And no, thank you. I can't see myself sitting there and doing any of that, especially when holidays go. I worked at Walmart.
Yeah. Oh,
and I worked at Walmart through Black Friday, through all of that. And I'm telling you, you could see people's true colors when it comes to those type of situations. Because holy crap, do people lose their minds?
Oh yeah, I avoid Black Friday at all costs. My friend used to like to go when we were teenagers, and I would go with her every couple years or whatever. But I never go for myself. I don't want to stand in line waiting to buy a TV that I didn't even.
It was, and I'm just standing there. I was like, bro, like it's not even a good TV. Y'all over here this early, like the TV's not even that good. Like.
Right.
Fuck that! Like, no, go. I don't.
And then you're gonna need to buy a new one at some point because.
That's why I'm kind of happy that the whole internet thing happened, where you could go and get your the what's it called, the Monday, not Black Friday, but you get Cyber Monday, Monday. Mm-hmm. And that's the greatest idea. You just go on your fucking phone or on your computer, get your shit. Because going to the stores. I was there.
And then the tax-free day. Those are good ones too.
No, I don't like any of it. I don't.
You don't like the tax-free day?
That's when I stay inside the house.
No, you can get it on Amazon if it's for the tax-free day.
Well, anything online, yes.
Yeah.
Anything outside that I have to go into a store, I can't do that no more.
Yeah.
I can't. It's too much. My anxieties got bad. The last Black Friday that I was in, me and my wife, I remember like it was yesterday. Me and my wife were in, I think one of the toy aisles or something for kitchen, some shit like that. But we were there, and there were so many people that my anxieties went so bad that I felt like I was being jumped. Like it did. It literally felt like that. I was sweating. I was hyperventilating. I couldn't breathe, and I just had to walk the fuck out. I was like, babe, I'll see you outside. I can't do this shit. It got me bad, and from that point on, I was like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not going inside that no store on any holiday or nothing, because it just people just don't know how to act right in that situation. For some
it can be stressful to work them, but I like helping people with their like finding things. So I don't know. I used to work for Instacart, so I made the decision to do it myself as like an independent contractor. So working for anywhere else like is just the same thing, you know, except I'm working for someone instead. But
so how did you feel? How do you feel you dealt with this week?
I think I was pretty good. I was usually when I'm doing my thing and all like, you know, at work or at home, I'm pretty okay. It's usually other people's energy that affects my energy, and I try not to let it affect my energy. But like on Sunday, every time I went into my department that I work in, instead of shopping around, I was like, I could feel the stress, and it just like built up stress in me. The moment I left to go shop, I felt 100% better, and I was just, you know, I got back in sync and started working, and I was fine. But I think that I am starting to process things better. Nice. So things aren't, I don't dwell on things, and you know.
And that's the worst thing, because I caught myself this weekend, and I had I like to call it a mental relapse, where I told myself I didn't want to put myself in a position mentally, and I ended up putting myself in that position anyway. Like I knew all the signs, and I was doing everything. There's the signs of just being in my depressed mood because of everything that happened. And then I get there, and then I'm just like, okay, I need to do something to get out of this, because if I stay here, I'm fucked. If I stay here, it's gonna be bad for me, and it's gonna take a lot to get me out of that mood. So I just got up and I came to the studio, and I just started doing stupid videos and just started doing stuff like that. And Juan is my guy. Juan is my guy. He was looking for me. Don't tell him where I'm at though. Keep that shit between us.
I told him I was gonna find you. Good thing I didn't for him.
Yeah, so like it's just like I needed to get my brain busy with something. I needed to get my mind out of that, because it was the whole weekend, and then I got out of it, then I went right back in it. Then I got out of it, then I went right back in it, because worried about the aftermath and worried about things that I can't control. And then today I woke up a little bit like, you got to do it. No matter what, you still got to work. No matter what, you still got to do it. So just work. Just put it all into your work. And then I did my reactions, and then we're here now. But it's
especially when it's something you love to do.
Yeah.
You know, I used to work. I used to be just like that, like for a long time. Like every little thing would get me down, and then like it would be hard to get out of it. But then I would just kind of put like a Band-Aid on it by like, so I would have like one job, and I'd be like, okay, well, I have all these stressors, but then it feels like financial stress is the worst one. So I would get like 2 more jobs.
Right.
And I would just be never ending working and not be able to do anything, because I'm working and I still had my bills to pay, but I would have like 3 part-time jobs because I couldn't find a decent like full-time job.
Right.
Or they don't always hire for full-time jobs up front. You have to work for them. Then they give you a full-time job the longer you're there. So I never stayed at jobs long enough, because I always overworked myself, because that was my way of forgetting everything instead of facing it.
I'm similar to that. I'm similar to that. That I'll just put my all into it, and then I just end up my wife says, drowning with the ship, and I'm just like, and then I just put myself in a spiral every single time, and it sucks. Yeah. I want you to keep a story that you could tell us, something that you could tell us that helped you. Because the whole point of this for everybody to pick a story that you overcame something, and from front to back, the whole shebang. So I hope you got that.
I do.
Got 7.
I don't know how great I'm gonna be like at talking about it, but I'm gonna try.
It's cool.
But I do have a story.
Okay.
My most recent one. So.
I got you. I can't wait. I'm waiting to wait for Carly to get here, and I got a couple of things that I gotta do on this side and get more people to come in. I gotta keep on pushing this because this YouTube being blocked shit.
Yeah.
Uberly sucks when I'm trying to promote something. It uberly sucks. Like it makes me like I see my phone sometimes. I'm like you lucky that I love you, and I want to keep you. Because if not, I would have slammed you against the wall a long time ago. But we got to control our anger. We got to control that anger. That's the key for me. Is my main issue is my anger control. That I have to find a way to.
And then you break the one thing that's actually helping you, and then the phone. You know that's like.
Then after I'm done, I'm like this. Well,
shit,
I just made my life harder.
Yeah.
I just made my life harder. Yeah. Thank you, Ray. You did a great job. But I controlled that. I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna let this beat me. I told that to my wife. I said, babe, I ain't gonna let this beat me. I ain't gonna let this win. I ain't gonna let the demons win. I ain't gonna let the devil win. Absolutely not. Because that's exactly what's going on. They're trying to attack, and just to see how weak we are, to see if we fall. I'm not gonna fucking just. I worked too goddamn hard for me to just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm done with this shit. And there's only one strike. I still got 2 strikes left before they completely take my shit out. So
well, let's hope we can keep them out. Like, let's not let that happen.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my best. I'm telling you, you thought I paused a lot before. I'm gonna let him say 3 words and then I'm gonna stop for an hour. Ain't nothing gonna stop me from doing that shit.
Yeah,
we're gonna get it done. We definitely go there. Heather's here. Abby girl, my cousin Abby girl's here. Thank you for coming through, Abby girl. We got a bunch. We got Steph. Everybody. The gang is here. Office Ren is here. Ashley. I think Ashley's here. I think I seen Ashley. All right, Krista. We're gonna get the show started and everything, and I will bring you up next after the intros and everything. I love you. Thank you for coming through again.
Love you. No
all right, bye. All for showing up, hanging out with your boy on the second installment of the Vibe Recovery Session. The first one was amazing today. We are on Twitch due to having the strike on YouTube. I cannot go live up there to do it up there on YouTube just yet. But the strike is gone, I think, Thursday. So after that, we're going right back to do the recovery session on YouTube. This is just a one-time on Twitch thing. And we're here. We're here with episode number 2. And I want to bring up my host, my co-host, the beautiful Carly Flowers.
Okay, I can't hear anything. I'm having a problem. I literally can hear nothing. Nothing.
Why not? But this is through StreamYard, right? Go to settings.
I don't know how to fix it. Hold on. I can hear you probably on my phone.
If you go to settings and you go to audio.
Okay, I can hear you on my phone.
Are we good?
Go to settings.
No. Okay. Go to settings. Go to settings, and then on speaker, pick your earbuds on there. You good? Testing 457.
Okay, test. Test playing. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Why can't you?
Let me see something else. Hold on.
Maybe that helps.
Yeah. It should, on the speaker option, it should say, give you a drag down thing, and it should put your headphones list should be on there. They're all connected to your
I hear you
laptop.
on my phone. There's a big delay, but yeah, that's what it says.
Okay. And then if you take echo
Let me-
cancellation,
Let me disconnect
take
now.
out reduce. What?
Oh, take off echo.
Yeah, take off echo cancellation, take off reduce mic background noise, and take off automatically adjust volume. Take all that. The only thing that should be selected is stereo audio, and that's it. Adjust volume. Take all that. The only thing selected is stereo audio. Adjust volume. Take all that. The only thing selected is stereo.
Okay. I still hear nothing.
You still can't hear from it. That's weird.
Okay.
Is the volume on your laptop up?
I'm gonna connect the whole thing. I'm gonna back out and come back in if that works.
Okay.
Well, I'm really close to this. I just noticed that. I'm gonna connect the whole thing.
Okay. Let's see her go out, come back in. Thank you guys once again for hanging out and showing up. Technical difficulties right now. We're trying to get Carly's audio correct so she could hear. Her headphones is not connecting to the thing, so we're trying to get her connected and situated. Jorge, don't be... Jorge, what is that face, bro? I love this Twitch shit. It's just so... There's a goat in there! TD Freelancer, what up? Sad about these emojis. I don't know. I'm sad about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's sad about it. Look at Shrek again. The Shrek one is weird. Yes, please. Like what my cousin said. Un momento, por favor. Heather, I miss you too. You see all the reactions I put up in the Patreon? They're up there. We up there. We getting it done, son. We getting it done, son. I appreciate you, all you guys. Like I said, technical difficulties right now. Carly's getting her thing situated, and so she can hear and everything, no delay, none of that crap. So you know what I'm saying? Who else is in here? Abby girl. Somebody told me something, Abby. You know, this is why, Abby. Look, mira. I don't know if you can see it, but these are halls. I've been sucking on this, and I've been trying to hold my bebiendo agua with a little bit of salt to clear the esophagus. Somebody told me something about something. I got something coming for you, Abby girl. You reacted to something specifically. That's all I could tell you. I can't tell you nothing else, Abby girl. You reacted to something specifically. Not pacifically. Specifically. I got you. And it's gonna stay vague. It's gonna stay vague. It's something about something. And it's coming. Details is gonna give it away. I can't tell you. You understand? If I tell you details, then ¿pa' qué te dije now? I should have not said nothing. I should have just done what I was gonna do. But I just wanted to give you a little tidbit. I think Tracy knows what I mean. Everybody, put what you're smoking in the chat right now. Put what you're smoking in the chat right now. Right now, I got a smooth indica. It's called Black Afghan. Very smooth. Black Afghan is good for anxiety. What was the other thing that it said? Anxiety and muscle pains. So I got a bad back, and I've been having back pain. This chair's been working, but I still got back problems. Where we at on this? Okay, hide that. All right, she's back.
I fixed it.
There we go.
Yay, round of
There we
applause.
go. How are you doing, Carly?
I'm doing so good. So good. That vibe from my concert last night, oh my gosh. Amazing.
Oh,
My
yeah,
legs are very, very sore.
I heard you were dancing in the mud and and stuff all night.
It was pouring rain. Like, they had to delay it, the whole thing. It was really bad for a while. But then everything, it's like a big giant, it's right on the river, huge field, and it has a big...
Carly, your Wi-Fi crazy right now. I don't know if everybody else can hear you, but
I'm gonna check my...
you were doing a remix right now. You went every.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna make sure my Wi-Fi...
Mortal Kombat!
I hear it too. Okay. Is it still bad?
You're frozen.
Better now?
You're like this. Move, say something. There you go. You good now. You good now. You good now. You good money. You good money.
Okay.
You
Can you hear
smooth
me?
as eggs. I can hear you
Okay.
perfect.
Alright, good. Yeah. It's on the right.
Now, not
Wi-Fi.
anymore.
Good job. Alright, anyways, so yeah, so... Oh, fuck.
You could just talk. You could just talk, and you're doing your poses. That's all good.
I've always used this exact same setup.
You're doing your poses. Let your pose happen. Just talk. We can hear you good. As long as I can hear you, you can do all the posing you want.
Hold on. It's on the right. It's on the right, and it's still fucked up.
I try bringing down.
Switch it to my
Try bringing
hotspot.
down. If you go to.
I'm so sorry. There's so many. It's being so gay. Here, I'm gonna do this. Mobile hotspot.
I was gonna say you could bring down the amount of like if you're at 1080, you could bring it down to like 720. And she's completely frozen. She's gone completely, ladies and gentlemen. She's coming back. Right, isn't it? I don't know. Something about that blue is popping out that screen, man. I know it burned my eye cornicles a little bit. It's a conspiracy. Dundee, I'm telling you, bro. When it comes to anything technical on the internet that's been this whole week, it's all been just, and I don't know why. It's all been just trash. I've been having this issue with my audio problems. She's gone. She said, "Fuck it." I think her Wi-Fi is out completely. Every time I see her type that, I can hear her say it. Is that weird? Like I can hear her say "un momento, por favor," and it does her face. Every girl, we gotta do another live. Every girl, we gotta do another live. Every girl, we gonna do. You said that you were coming to the Christmas karaoke. You said you were doing it. Stop. No, you can't take it back. You said you were doing it.
Jesus Christ. Now is it working?
Now everything's good for now. It's good, yeah. Oh, yeah. Talk.
Okay. Alright, it's on my hotspot.
Okay.
But that's so weird because is it still best? Is it messed up?
No, it's good.
Okay. Good. I'm sorry. I don't know what the problem is. I don't. It's so weird. I've never honestly, the internet was doing some weird thing because all the thunderstorms. I don't know if that's why, but since we've been having
it's the same thing.
thunderstorms, it's been like messing up.
I'm witnessing the same thing, and we're
Right
not that.
now?
I don't think we're far from each other. No, not with you, but I'm witnessing the same thing with the internet.
Oh, okay.
In general, I've been dealing with the internet going on and
Yeah.
off like for the past 2-3 weeks. Thunderstorm streams with Uncle Ray.
Right.
Yep,
It
all
doesn't
my
make any
thunderstorm
sense to me.
streams.
It's supposed to be like through the landline, right? Or not the land.
You should be connected directly.
I hear it.
What?
Is it working? I feel like it's skipping.
It is
I thought
skipping.
so. Fuck. That's so weird. 1 second.
I'm telling you, Carly, everybody's saying that your eyes are like extra blue in that camera setting.
Why is it?
Let me see if I could help. Maybe if I could.
What? That doesn't make any sense. It says connection secured at full bars. And
Yeah,
then-
you should. Maybe try going to your settings on.
Hey,
If you go to your
everyone
settings
should know
on.
that my Wi-Fi is fast normally.
If you go to your settings on StreamYard and you change your camera settings to like a lower, what you call it, a lower, instead of if you're running it at 1080p, try bringing it down to like 720p to see what happens. Because sometimes yeah, the resolution, that's the word I'm
No.
looking for.
Mine's at 480.
Yours at 480? Yeah, you should be good. Try 360 to see what it does.
Yeah.
Try 360 to see what it does. Ashley, what's good?
Is that better?
All right. Now move around and talk.
Better. Is it?
It's doing it. It's
Move around and talk.
moving around.
Is it any
You're
better?
good. It's a lot better. Leave it like that. Don't touch nothing.
Oh, it is better. You can hear me too?
Well, not anymore. I don't know what's going on with that.
It's really.
I don't know what's going on with that. But you're like, trust me, you're not the only one. I've been having issues with that shit. I've been having issues with that stuff
Alright,
as
I'm
well.
just gonna go on my phone. Yes.
Yeah, just be on your phone if you can.
I'll just. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the laptop. Well, here, let me see if I can just. I bet you we can get some, like, Inception going on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Where's Twitch? Under T's. TW. Boom. TW.
Oh, I need a liquid. I need my liquid. All right, we're about to get this show started. Once we get this. Damn it.
I'm so sorry. Customize. No. Accept. No, that doesn't even work at all. Fuck. Is it still skipping?
You're actually good right now. You're actually good right now. It's not giving issues right now.
It
So
should
I
be
think you're
alright.
good. Yeah. So, Carly,
Okay.
how are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing really good. Besides this, it's giving me anxiety, but it's fine.
Right.
And how you deal with anxiety? You just gotta roll with the punches, right?
Yep.
It's not that big of a
Exactly.
deal. It's not the end of the world.
Everyone in the chat is saying that that Jorge is saying that you're hypnotizing people with your eyes. Because they're like extra blue today.
Whoa.
Like scary blue.
This light right here is on the blue setting. Maybe that's why. It's like and the,
That's probably why.
It's so bright outside.
That's probably why. That's probably why.
Yeah.
So we picked a subject that we were going to talk about today, and I already told them what it was
Yes.
and everything. If you want to get started with yours,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll have mine in the cut. I'll do mine right after yours. So if you want to take the stage, I gotta do some stuff back here. So I'm gonna give you the stage is yours. You are
Okay,
in
let me think about what
control.
I'm gonna say. I can just go. It's fine. Go for it. I got
You
it.
good, ladies and gentlemen. I give you Carly Flower.
Maybe if it's working. Okay. But hello everybody. I'm sorry for my nonsense technical difficulties. So yeah, so when we were talking about doing a topic, I was thinking, well, what's been the most pressing issue recently? And that has been definitely dealing with bullshit, unforeseen bullshit, stuff that just pops up, right? And when I was going through my recovery, that was a really big thing that everything was emphasized on in your what they called a relapse prevention plan. It was a whole giant section on how to, like, what are you gonna do if this happens? What are you gonna do if that happens? So when I wrote out my RPP, as we so, sweetly called it, it was, at the time I was like not into it. I was fighting it. I was like, I hate doing all this paperwork, writing all this shit. It seems so nonsensical, blah blah blah. But then now I reflect back and I'm like, wow, I really use those things every single day, whether it be shit like this, little shit like where the internet is being gay, or and please, I don't, you guys know I mean gay as in stupid, not as in whatever, anybody could cancel somebody over, because that's just dumb. But yeah, so whether it be that or something really big like, have you heard my previous story when my ex started drinking again and became violent, and then I had to move back in with my parents, and it was so much, which it, at that time, that's an example of me not handling a big change with using my tools that I have in my toolbox, and ended up relapsing. So, but sorry, I just went back there in my mind for a second. But yeah, so I slipped. I didn't use all those things. I didn't call people. I isolated. I didn't tell on myself, is what you're supposed to do whenever you're feeling like that. And that is has always been in my past. Not always, but for the in my addiction, my way I would deal with things is just escape it and do drugs and not have to think about it, and then that doesn't solve anything. In fact, it just makes it worse. So how should I handle things that happen that are big problems that feel like the world is ending without resorting to that? So a couple of the things, like I said, it's been a really long journey for me to get here. So what I have done to get to this point in my life, to where I don't even have that as a coping mechanism anymore in my mind, is just every day practicing what I need to keep myself at this point, like meditation, yoga, healthy things, healthy habits. My kids, which at one point they were still there, but it didn't matter at that time because I was just kept resorting back to using. But now I view it in a different light after all these experiencing. From self-reflection is really what I think is the main tool that I've used to really realize who I am and not be scared of things. Fear, that's a huge thing. And an acronym is false evidence appearing real. Fear, because it's not real. It's just bullshit. And if I'm gonna let it be this huge thing, like a wall I can't pass, and something I can't get over, and I just feel like, oh well, fuck it, I'm done. I'm not gonna, there's no point in even trying to get there because it's so huge. It seems so scary, and it's really not. It's just life is full of these things. It's gonna go like this all the time. It keeps going no matter if you're there or not. And so when I would relapse or use or whatever, I made the choice to deal with it in an unhealthy way, or not deal with it at all, which is still unhealthy. I mean, I still have issues now and then because some stuff I just don't want to deal with, like, or I procrastinate, and I don't know. That's just, I have to continuously check myself, work on myself. It never stops. But that's with anything, whether you're an addict, whether you're just, dealing with emotional issues, any kind of issue, mental health, whatever it may be. You're gonna have things you run up into. Right now, my mom just finished chemo. I mean, people who haven't seen her before she shaved her head and see her are like crying to her, but now I'm just used to it. Honestly, we were out the other day, or like a couple weeks ago, and somebody was like, I loved your head. I think is that a fashion choice? Because she's got like a perfect head for bald. She looks beautiful. She's gorgeous. And hi. Yes. Mwah. Sorry, little baby saying hi. Okay, go. Yeah, go wipe your face up, you popsicle face. Okay?
Why? What's on my face?
Oh, stop. Popsicle, go. Love you, mean it. Here, where'd I put that? Right there. Grab it. Nope. That. Yep. Thank you. Love you, mean it. Go wipe your face. Sorry. So yeah, but that's a huge thing. And in the past, I would be like, oh my god, my mom's gonna die. Like, I'd catastrophize. That's a whole another thing. Like, you make it one situation be like the end of the world, the end all be all, and give it so much power that that's everything. It has that power over you to make you act some type of way that you shouldn't act in an unhealthy manner. But now she's doing fine, and that's another testament is your energy and how you feel about things makes just makes all the difference in the world. How you, like, I always tell people, if you want to get through a situation or you have a goal, you know it, you've already seen it happen, it has happened. There is no if, when. It's already done and you've been there and it's okay and you're good. That visualization and deep sense of knowing something is going to be the outcome that you desire will then make the universe create it. It's like the observer effect, which I don't know if anybody's ever heard of the double slit experiment. I will get into it because I feel like it's so important. It's about viewing an atom, I believe is what it is now. It's whatever. So they shot particles. Energy particles, through these two slits. And when they would go, when they would look at it with a camera, or no, when someone was in the room, they would always go through the two slits and hit the back of the wall like paint, right? Perfectly, like there's more in these two where they went through the two slots and hit the back of the wall because somebody was watching it. So, because that's what the person thought would happen. When nobody was observing it, nobody was in the room to watch these particles, they were like a wave of possibilities and didn't make any sense because it didn't still pass this little line of where the slits were, but it hit the back wall and made like, it looks like waves, cascading out, which is literally the observer effect, because the person with their intention thought, well, that's what it's going to look like when they go through there, it's going to do this, and practically that's what it's going to look like, two chunks through the slits, because that makes logical sense, right? But everything is just a wave of possibilities at all point in time, and whatever you believe it to be will be the outcome, and that's peer-reviewed science, so you can't really argue with it. But that's my little story, and if anybody needs to, the double slit experiment will blow your fucking mind. It's so crazy. So your reality is created by you, me, anybody. You just have to have the energy, put it out there, and then that's what happens. And we're probably living in a simulation anyways, but we won't go into that right now.
Carly.
I love it.
Carly. We're
As a
probably
joke.
living in a simulation anyways.
Well, if you ask quantum physics and you know what I'm saying. I can't.
Yeah, I know what
remember
you're saying.
Yeah, but yeah, they have already said that it's so much more probable than not. So I don't know, but the simulation could be real, and it is. It's our reality,
It's absolutely our reality. Well, I mean,
But
that was
knows
wonderful,
what it is or
Carly.
where it is. Thank you.
Thank you. We started this off crazy. We haven't done the prayer. We haven't done anything.
Oh
We haven't done anything. So
And
before
I
I get
just-
started,
yeah. Go ahead.
Carly, you want to start off the prayer, so I can start with mine, and then we can get with because I got a couple waiting. The link is on the chat. It's pinned in the comment section in the chat. So if you want to come up, please come up. We got 2 in line right now, but please come up if you guys want to share your story. Go ahead, Carly, take
Okay.
over.
So it's God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And there's a lot in that prayer to unpack. Amen.
A lot. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Would you like to unpack?
goes with-
Would you like to unpack
that goes with
a little
what
bit
we're
on the prayer? Exactly, because that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to unpack a little bit, and then I'll take over and I'll go into mine if you want to, because that prayer means a lot. It's not just something to say on in a meeting or a couple of words to say before you start your conversation or your story. It has a lot in there that really goes with what the subject is for today.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look this up really quick because I've read this before. Here we go. Addition. I'm sorry. Okay, so the first line: grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. So it says, if you accept that you have no control over some things in your life, you will experience more peace. You are not in control as much as you think you are. And when you realize you are powerless over many things, life takes on a new perspective. Which is everything is about perspective. Literally everything. Which is another huge thing that we learn that I've learned through my recovery journey and dealing, going with meetings and being in rehab and sober houses where it's all about that all the time. But
Right.
because someone's perspective could be so different from yours, and you're having the same exact experience, which is so interesting to me. But accepting
And it is.
for how you're perceiving it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people
I'm listening.
literally argue about something, and then when I look, like the outside looking in, I'm looking and I'm like, if you guys really think about it, y'all fighting about the same thing.
Right.
But it's just that you're putting it in your own way in how you seen it, but it's all coming down to the same bottom line, the same shit. It ends up you guys actually witnessing the same exact thing or feeling the same exact thing. Like in my life, there's many things that I had to overcome, and there's still things till the present day right now that I have to overcome daily. Nothing's ever gonna stop me from doing that because I learned from being an addict that it's a lot of work that we put into getting sober, and it's a lot of work that we put into staying sober. You have to put 2 times, maybe 3 times the amount of work to stay sober than it is to actually say I am done doing the drug or I'm gonna get help today, because you have things all over the place when you're going out to the store, when you're going to work, when you're going to pick up the kid, when you're gonna go get gas. There's reminders of this shit around you, 24/7 that you have to fight, and it's a struggle, but. That prayer, I mean, it just hits a different level when you really take the words, break it fucking down. I am lagging bad. Holy shit! I'm looking at this side over here, and I don't know why I'm lagging like this.
Yeah, I was thinking it was mine, but
Let me bring my stuff down to see, maybe that'll fix it, because I don't know where I'm at.
Okay, now.
Yeah, let's go to this definition. Am I good here?
Yeah, better. You look clearer too. Oh, maybe not.
All right, we good. We got, as long as I can dance. As long as I can dance, I'm good. She said I turned it to DJ
Yeah.
Ray for a second. Every. But then I lost my train of thought. That threw me off. That lagging was really bad.
I know. It keeps doing that to me too. But no, what you're saying is like there's 3 sides to every story, right?
Right.
Like if we experience the same thing, it'd be your story, my
Always.
story, and then the true story
And
in
we
the middle.
and we
right,
and
over
and
whatever.
we heard that. We heard that even when we were doing the alien stuff, when we were covering the alien stuff on the Patreon. We heard the same thing.
Yep.
It was this person's story. It was the story of this person, and it's always going to be the truth, because our perspective is always going to be on what we perceive it as. I can't perceive how you perceive shit because I didn't live your life. I don't know. Your brain perceives things depending on how you grew up and how your mind's already built. So I don't know how you're going to perceive things. So that's why everything I go into, I always try to see it on every way possible. His way, her way, up way, down way, because I can never take a side unless I have every piece to that puzzle.
Right.
That's just, then at that point I'm just picking biased and yada yada yada. But I need every piece of the puzzle in order for me as the outsider in to give that third. All right, this is the truth, because that's going to be your truth. This is going to be this person's truth, and it's always going to be the truth. Because we're always going to embellish and we're always going to put it as bad as it is in our heads because of what we've dealt with already. Everyone's struggle is different, but it's the same at the end of the day.
100%.
So,
100%. Yep, and like you're saying, like you do get confirmation bias because of your experiences or because of what you led. I was rewatching our last recovery session earlier, just like a couple little snippets, and I was saying something almost exactly like that, about how everybody experiences things in their own way, and that. Now, I'm just repeating myself because I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Fuck me.
it was a rough start. It was a rough start. We getting there. We getting there. It was a rough start.
Right. Thank you.
We good. We got the woosah that shit. Woosah.
So bright. I don't think I can put it down. Maybe I can.
That Florida heat slapping
blinding you. Right?
Is it blinding you? It's right in your face.
Right. Yeah, it is a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I can't put this down. Ugh, if I can reach it. Sorry.
I just hope she doesn't disconnect. Because she disconnects.
If I knock everything down, I might. But, okay, wait. I got it. It's working. Everything's going to be fine because I'm going to believe it's going to be good.
Yeah, everybody. Jorge, I'm telling you, exactly. Jorge, I'm telling you, bro, it's not even for today. It's been the last couple of days that my brain has been just on, I don't know, it's been on just a whole other different level of, I don't know. I think I haven't, my problem is I haven't meditated in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I haven't meditated, like really sat down and meditated. And I think I need a good session after this tonight.
Do you do guided meditations when you do it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a something me and my counselor was working on. And it's his voice talking to me specifically and leading me down where I need to go. And once I get to that place, that's my place of Zen. That's my place of, he's just leading me to get there. And the more I listen to it, the easier it is for me to get to that place.
Right. It's like a muscle. You work it out just like anything else when you meditate. See, people get really frustrated with meditation because they feel like they can't get to that point immediately, but like say you're trying to learn anything new, you know, whether it be cooking, whether it be a sport, you're not going to be like the best right away. You have to start somewhere and just build on those blocks. Then you after you create a foundation and learn how to do it. But it's so helpful. Everyone talks about it. Like any religion, whether it be, you know, Christianity, prayer, that's a form of meditation. Buddhism obviously is meditation. Anything, just self-reflection is a form of meditation.
Absolutely.
There's so many different ways you can do it, and it's so important to reach. Well, I like Buddhism. I'm not religious. I don't say I'm religious. I'm spiritual, but I connect most with the Buddhist philosophy of samadhi, which is like that's what you're experiencing now here in this realm, and you meditate
in this form.
Right, in our meat suits, so to speak. But then you can end up reaching. Well, you're not even supposed to say the word. It starts with an M. I'm not gonna say it because it's supposed to be like, but it's all knowing, like a oneness with everything, because everything is all connected, literally.
Right.
And reaching that point it's almost like a death. Like you have to die to go through, because you have to go through the worst of the worst, and well, the best, and it's almost like the best is up here. Then you go down through the worst you could possibly go through, and then be okay with it, sitting in it, and then getting to that point of complete freedom where your mind is just empty and you're connected with everything. It's almost like a psychedelic state.
It's crazy that you said that, because my my moment that I had, that my overcoming moment was I was having a lot of trouble finding my faith when I was getting sober because of the
Yeah.
guilt. The guilt was hitting me so hard that I was like, I don't have like they can't like I just didn't have any faith no more. I didn't believe there was a God. I didn't claim him. I didn't. To me, there was nothing. And I was born Catholic, and I've tried a lot of other different religions, but I'm more like I told you. I'm more in a spiritual
Yeah.
place right
Like
now
me.
where I'm at. But
Yep.
when I got sober, I was like I couldn't understand that I did everything in my mind. All right, so it's gonna sound crazy, but in my mind, I did what I needed to do as a child for 8 years, 9 years, going to church every Sunday, praying every night, praying every morning, being good, not trying to do nothing for 8 years. So in my mind, I'm like, you're supposed to have my back. I'm not supposed to go through any of this because that's where my brain was at. It was so polluted on the reality of things that I lived in this imaginary world. So when I became sober, the obstacle that I had to reach was find my faith. I needed to find my faith back before I could do anything else. And it was one night. It was a bad day. It was a bad day. I came out of work after feeling like straight shit, like in the bathroom, throwing up every fucking 5 minutes, not feeling good, running a fever probably. I don't remember. And I asked God something. In my head, I was like, if this is how it's going to be, just kill me now. Just take me. Because I don't want to do this no more. And I'm at work. I go outside to go smoke a cigarette and like to breathe because I couldn't breathe. I was like hyperventilating. I couldn't fucking breathe. I couldn't focus. So I walked outside to go smoke a cigarette. In the area that I was working in, there's a lot of like druggies and drug dealers and homeless people and stuff around. So there's always people walking where I smoke. A guy came, sat next to me, and asked for a cigarette, and I gave him a cigarette, and he asked for a light. I lit it up for him, and then he was like, "I appreciate you," and I was like, "Hey, not a problem, man." And then he was like, "Yo, you be good, don't worry about it," and he just walked away. And then, I was stuck in that moment for a really long time. Because I didn't ask them give me a sign. I told him take me now. I don't want a sign that he was there. I didn't want. If you are, I'll know it because I won't be here no more. The pain was too much. The guilt was too much. The getting over the pills. My body physically, this was too much for me to handle. And he sent him to tell me that, so I can find my faith again. And then I remember I couldn't find my Bible. I got home that day and I couldn't find my Bible. And me and my wife were in the living room talking about God, about faith, and all this. And I go to sleep and I wake up and it feels like my faith has been restored 110%. Just because the conversation I had with my wife, plus what happened and everything, the way that whole day. So that was my day of awakening. That was my day of, okay, we need to walk the way he wants us to walk. That's when the selfishness went away. That's when the me went away. That's when all that went away and I started to use what he gave me to help others even before you two. Fix me so I could fix relationships between me and my wife, me and my kids, me and my parents, me and everybody around me, my friends that I did wrong, people that I've lied to, people that I've stolen, everything. He gave me a second chance. And that day, a lot of things happened and a lot of things changed. And the minute that I found my faith, and I really found my faith back, everything was so much easier to deal with. So much easier to deal with. Because I put it in his hands. I'm going to do my part. God is not going to do 100% of the work. In my mind, God is not going to do 100% of the work. He's going to meet you halfway because you need to walk halfway. You can't just expect him to do everything. You just sit there and expect it to happen. You need to make those steps. You need to push yourself. You need to keep on saying, you know what? I am worthy of this. I am better than this. And I am going to be the best that I can be with the little time that I have in this planet. Point blank. And that's what I'm living right now. I am living, every moment is going to count for me. Every second. I'm worried about the right now. I'm worried about what I control right now. I can't worry about the future because I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
I can't worry about the past because I can't change nothing that happened. But I could definitely change tomorrow. I could definitely change how tomorrow's going to look for me depending how I move today. So if I keep on moving towards the positive, all I know is the negative is going to try to come at me, which is if you can't see, it's already been trying to do that. It's not going to knock my smile. It's not going to knock my smile out. It's not going to knock out my hunger of me wanting to do this shit. So I'm never going to stop doing this. And faith, no matter how you see faith, I'm using it because I'm Catholic. I was born Catholic, and that's what it is. However you see what faith is, whatever your faith is, take it and use it. You have to use that to guide you to what you need to do, what you were sent here to do. You don't know all the answers, and we're not going to know all the answers. We're really not. It's going to be something that we're going to break our heads about every single fucking day. We're not going to. So why even try to find them? Just live your life. Learn as much as you can, and make sure that your neighbor is fit. Your job is to make sure whoever's around you, your neighbor, whoever, has to feel that energy. That energy transfer has to be there, and it has to be on the positive note. Because nobody wants to live around a whole bunch of people that just piss the fuck off.
Right.
How you doing? Have a great day could go far to somebody. Because sometimes I remember that a lot of times I wish I had somebody to tell me, hey Ray, have a great day. Or hey Ray, you did a great job. I appreciate you.
That.
Huh?
Yeah.
You
That's
froze
it.
for a second.
You literally just said that when you had your experience with the guy outside of the. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You good.
Yeah.
It was just for a
okay.
second.
No, I was saying that what you're just describing is what you were saying before about how the guy was like, "It's gonna be all good. You're gonna be good."
Yeah.
When you just gave him a cigarette, you know. That's his thing. If you, just those tiny acts, holding the door open for somebody, just giving somebody a smile at a stoplight or stop sign or whatever, letting somebody go. The smallest things can change people's whole life, and you don't even know that. So it's just practicing that, and it's a ripple effect. Like
it is
the rising tide, literally.
And sometimes it's hard sometimes because when we're trying to get sober or when we're working on ourselves to get better, we tend to have a lot of negative still lingering in our heads where we are so into what's going on with us that we can't smile at somebody else and tell them have a nice day, hold the door for somebody, because we're not worried about that at the moment. Right now we're worried about what's going on so much in our head and the negative, oh, this person said this, or I had to witness this, or I got fired, or look, I told my wife, I was like, look, a long time ago she was worried that she might lose her job, and I told her, I was like, you know what, babe, I feel you, but is that such a bad thing?
Right.
If you lost your job, it's for a reason. That means you should not be there. You should be doing something else. That's all that means. Yeah. Go find whatever you need to be doing. That's all. I know it's hard because it's hard. Not a lot of people have outlets or things that they could do to use as their outlet that could also double as a career. Not a lot of people have that. But I know that there's something out there for somebody.
Right.
Your dream is
Accepting
out
that.
there. All you gotta do is just accepting it. Exactly. Accepting it and riding with it. And
Yep. Because if you
My
don't open
wife-
the door to the possibility, right, it can't happen.
Exactly. And my wife, she's the queen of positivity when it needs with like majorly, because on her days off she wants to be in the garden and joking and laughing, listening to music and everything is a positive vibe. She wants to be around that. She does not like being around negative, because if she's around negative, she gets negative, and when she gets negative, it's a wrap. So she likes to be around that type of stuff, and I understood as her husband, I needed to change some things about me to give her that type of environment. She can't have the type of environment with an asshole 24/7. So now I'm just living my life and being as happy as I can be, because I know that in change that energy is going to transfer to my family.
Yep.
And they're going to have that energy as well. And that's my main goals. My family's my main goal, period. So if they good, I'm good.
And it's give and take too. So they do the same thing. Right. It's just everybody gets affected by it. It's a moving, living, breathing, literal thing. The energy transfer between people, and even if you don't realize it as that, it's just like what we were talking about, going back to just smiling. That's an energy transfer. Just having this conversation we're having right now, this is a positive, higher vibrational frequency to be in than to live in these lower vibrational states. And that's really why I think some of us get so lost in the beginning. Like, well, in my experience, when I was younger and got into the addiction, is because I was not even knowing it, but I was living in a low vibrational state and just
Right.
I didn't know how to handle it, so I would escape, thinking that was bringing me up because I was high, but it was just not right.
It's nuts. So that's what I got for you guys to share today. Right now we got Krista coming up. Krista's coming up to tell her story, and so we can vibe a little bit and just transfer some energy back and forth between the three of us for a little bit. So Krista,
Yes.
Hey.
hey, what is up?
It might be a little awkward talking about this one because I never talked about it before. So
Do you want us to get off screen,
no,
or do you want us here?
no, you stay. You're fine.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You want me? Let me take the chat
I'll
out your
mute
face,
myself.
because it.
No,
chat
I'm
was
on,
in your-
I when I'm on StreamYard, I use the StreamYard video to watch. So. Oh, okay. No, I see what you mean on the screen.
What do you mean?
Oh, because when you're on when you get on his video, you can see the chat in a little box, like.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna bother me. I barely even notice something. Either way, whatever
Okay.
works for you.
Alright.
I just might be awkward. I'm not uncomfortable. I might just be awkward because I've never talked about it before, so I don't know how to talk about it out loud, I guess. So basically, so I'm married, but I'm separated, like not legally or anything. We just separated. And we're married now for probably like almost 6 years now, but it was 5 years when we separated. And basically, like the beginning, we started dating in 2019. We pretty much got married like 6 months after dating, and everything like was great. And then I got pregnant with Connor like the beginning of the next year in 2020. And then after I had Connor, it started to kind of slowly, I don't know the word, depreciate's coming in my mind, but that's not the word, but similar word. Like it just started to like kind of not fall apart yet, but slowly reaching that point over time.
Deteriorate.
Deteriorate, yes. I was like, depreciate? No, deteriorate. Yes, that's what it, yeah. Um, and I feel like it mostly was, at, most of the time I felt like it was my fault because it kind of came down to, um, it did come down to finances, but we would be good and then we wouldn't be. Like we were just kind of going back and forth. So like whenever we were good, it didn't like in the finances were good. It didn't feel like it was getting better. It just felt like we had like a little bit of um, like a small moment of peace, but then like even with the finances good, it would start to still go back to the negative, I guess. And we both liked to drink. I wouldn't say it was like alcoholic level, but it was like it was like, but it was like a decent amount. But we would also go without drinking at the same time, like But it did become a problem. I feel like it was a coping mechanism for us. Um, Even if it's not like a dependency, it did become a coping mechanism. I think, and at some point, I wasn't feeling that great after having Connor. Like trying to lose. If you don't lose the weight immediately, it's hard to lose the weight after having a baby. And then I went on birth control. Birth control has always affected me negatively. So I got the lowest hormone dose, like IUD, and it still affected my body poorly. I was losing weight fast, and then I got on the birth control because you have to wait 3 months. So within that 3-month period, from having Connor to getting on the birth control, I was starting to lose weight and starting to like feel a little bit better. Then I got back on it and I felt bad again. And then I started getting like acne everywhere, like on my body and my face everywhere. And I've never had issues with that before. So I just started to like just not feel good at all. And so I wasn't feeling like, I don't know how to say it. Huh? What?
Desirable.
Yeah, like I wasn't feeling good. I didn't want to do anything like
Right.
affectionate or sexually or anything like that. Like I didn't want to be touched, nothing. So I feel like that I feel like where it went wrong there is like it felt like it was my fault because he felt like I didn't want him. And every time I would explain to him, no, it's not that. I have to figure out like what's going on with me because it's not you, but he didn't believe me. So then it just started to spiral from there into just him wanting to eventually leave me, And then I got, like I was talking to you, Ray, earlier about me getting the multiple jobs. You okay, Connor? I have him with me, sorry. I got the multiple jobs again. I was working overnight. I was doing Instacart, and I was working another job for like the weekends. And then I was doing overnights like 4 days a week. And then I was doing Instacart pretty much every day. And then at some point while we were waiting for our lease to come up, that's when I started to be over. That's when I started doing all those jobs. So I wasn't drinking as much because I was always working and I was always driving and, but I was sleeping a lot, which wasn't good because I had Connor all day. So if Instacart was slow, I would go home, or if Connor was with me for work for Instacart. If he wasn't into work that day, then I would just go home. I'm not going to make him, he's not supposed to be out in a car all day, so I didn't want that for him, but it felt necessary at the moment. But I listened to him. If he was having a bad day and didn't want to be in the car, then if he wasn't happy about it, then I just went home, but I would just sleep because I was working too much. So I always dealt with negative coping mechanisms. I never did anything constructive with how I felt. And just push it down, and then by the time our lease was up, we were supposed to move into 2 apartments in the same complex so I can have help with Connor and like more help, like so we're not too far from each other, you know. And while I was gonna work overnight, he can take Connor. I'll get him in the morning, and then you know he can spend some time with him. But then when we were moving him into his apartment, I was supposed to get my apartment like the same day or the next day or something like that, and the person in my apartment wasn't leaving on the time that they were supposed to, so I had to stay with him for 2 weeks, 2 more weeks. So I started to feel like really bad, and he's not a bad person at all, but like I think he was too caught up in his feelings, so he's said because he's never been like a really he's always done his best, you know. He's never been like a really it wasn't like an abusive relationship or anything like that, but he would didn't want me at the apartment. I didn't want to be there after we were supposed to have our own, you know. And he would tell me though that he didn't want me there, and he would tell me that he wished my apartment was, you know. And at that point it was like borderline abusive, because like, you know, I still wouldn't say it's abusive, because I've been in an abusive relationship and I know what it looks like. If you were there, if you were in the relationship with us, you would see the, like, me explaining it. It sounds worse than, you know what I mean? I don't know. Because right now we're not together and he's not abusive. Like, you know, abuse doesn't end, I feel like, you know, he's not like that anymore. He changed. But, I think at some
It was
point,
the proximity, maybe, right?
yeah, and he lives in.
So
We
close.
were both getting studios, and it was three of us and a cat living in a studio. So so basically now he didn't want me there, and I had to live with that for 2 weeks, not being wanted in the place that I needed to live. You know, that I had no control over. So I don't I don't remember. I think I was living there for like a week. No, it was like, yeah, the week that I was moving into my own apartment. Um I came home from work. I had some wine that I wanted to try because I was working at Total Wine and More. So and I wanted to try this Georgian wine because my family is Armenian, and it's the closest I could get to Armenian wine at the store I worked at, so I wanted to try it. Then I ended up drinking the whole bottle and some Jaeger. And I was overtired, and like I was already sleeping more than I should have in the daytime, anyways. And Connor left the apartment because he couldn't wake me up. And then the police got involved. And then basically, like, they didn't arrest me that day because they didn't want to hurt Connor, you know? So they were like thinking about him. But then, like, a few days later, they called me saying that they had like a warrant for my arrest, and I had to go and, like, you know, just go and pay what is it, like the bail fee or whatever, and then I could get out. And then I had to go to court and do all that, and it's not like the repercussions aren't as bad as it could have been, but I've never done anything like I mean, it's not like I haven't done anything bad. Like, I think little things can be bad, you know? Like, I don't know, you yell at somebody because you're frustrated, or, you know, there could be any little thing that could be a negative that could be perceived as bad. But I've never done anything at that, like, viscosity, I guess, you know? And that, like, scared me. I was like, what's happening to me? So, um, part of before I had to go to court, part of the thing was that I couldn't drink at all until, like, court's over and whatever. So I didn't do that, but I already stopped drinking from my own decision because I didn't that scared me that happened, and I didn't want anything like that to happen again. And then I quit all my jobs except for Total Wine. I stayed at Total Wine for 2 days a week, and my mom came down from Maine to help me while I was living in New Hampshire. So I went from Massachusetts to New Hampshire, and that was a huge struggle. But I started writing more. I was writing a lot of poems, And usually when I write a poem, I have a hard time writing poems when I'm happy or things are going good. It's usually a closure thing for me. If I write a poem about it, I that's like, okay, I'm getting to the end of like dwelling on this and like, or I'm pretty much, I can move past it, you know? Um, so, but I still was struggling through everything, even writing a poem about something, like I was still in it, you know, but I was starting to accept it at the same time. And then 3 months into living in the apartment, I had to leave because I couldn't afford it because I had to quit all my jobs that let me even get the apartment in the first place. I didn't have the income anymore, you know.
Right.
So now I'm living in Maine with my mom. And while I was here, I continued all that inner work that I was doing. And now I have a counselor. Um, and she's like, um, I don't know. I've never met like any counselor or therapist like her. She's like spiritual, but she's also practical like a therapist. And she like kind of vibes with me because I'm the same way. Like I have this like practicality about me in some ways, but then like I also like to get lost in the abstractness of like the abstractness. Yeah, is that what you say? Of like spirituality and, you know. So I've just been kind of um I've been trying to learn tarot. I have some assistance like online to help me like interpret them or whatever, but I so I can gain an understanding of like why I'm feeling a certain way, or if I continue a certain way, how could things turn out, you know, just to like get a guidance, you know. I know I'm not going to get a straight answer, but that would be nice. um, then
But I will say, tarot I am so into, and I do
yeah.
the same thing. And it's like your energy, your higher,
Mhm.
your
Yeah.
guides get that's
Yeah.
the intention that goes through you, and then
Yeah.
that's laid out. And your interpretation is also, part of it. It's about the whole. So yeah, I 100% agree with it. People think it's woo woo, but it's whatever works for you that
Yeah.
works,
Right.
right?
No. Yeah. My mom knows I do it, whatever, but I don't really talk to people about it because my aunt, I mentioned something about tarot, and she said, "Well, tarot is the Bible says whatever about tarot," and then I'm
Yeah,
like, "Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh, no!" Like I'm not
The
gonna bring it
Bible's
up ever again. She can think whatever she thinks, but I'm not gonna be sucked into her thoughts, you know. And then
right,
I
right.
bought these
Right.
candles. I bought candles to do like a release ritual, but nothing like witchy, just like set an intention, and then the candle
Right.
is just there for the intention. Um, so I think like I feel like I'm getting back to myself just from doing things that I've always been drawn to that I never did because I felt I didn't know how people were going to feel about me doing it. Like I didn't want the judgment of it, but now I'm getting back to the myself and actually doing those things. And I think that Pat, sometimes you just need that like um that hard realization in life, and it even if it gets you arrested, then and you've never been arrested before in your life, that's what has to
Right.
happen, you know.
Yeah. Well, once somebody hits that section of rock bottom,
Hmm.
it's there's two ways that they could go with it. It's
Hmm.
either realize, okay, I need to stop this now because if I continue going this route, we all
Hmm.
know it's not going to be good, or nip it in the bud, move
Yeah.
forward, and look at the positivity as much as you can. That's the one of the biggest issues that I've had in my whole
Oh,
entire
Connor.
life is
Yeah.
trying to find the positive in everything. It was hard for me. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the positivity. I couldn't. And it's crazy because my email was think positive.
Hold
Not
on,
a
Connor.
day in my life have I had thought positive me having that email.
Yeah.
Never. And then now that I'm
Yes.
finally in that mindset of thinking positive, it's just like now it sounds like my wife will talk to me and my wife will be like trying to unwind and let us know about
That's
everything
too
that's
funny.
going on with work and everything, and then it feels like I'm trying to preach to her because I was like, hey, it's not that bad, babe, and you need to think about it this way, and that because I'm always on my positive, like I'm consistently, because I can't just pick when I want to be positive. I have to force myself to train my brain to start thinking literally as positive as I can on any situation that comes my way. If something hits me bad, all right, well, I need to find the positive in this. Once I find the positive in this, I have to ride with it. Because, like I said, if I sit in that room with the lights off and the tablet in my face, all you see is a gleam of light hitting my face from my phone, and get into that mode, I know that it's gonna take a lot, and a lot has been destroyed. You were talking about counselors. I have a counselor named Al. Oh my God. This guy's the most amazing human being in the world. Because the minute that, the first day that I started talking to him, I said, look, I'm not used to, he was like, bro, you don't got to tell me. And just his attitude, the way he came at me, I went, hold on. This is like I'm talking to my boy now. This is different. Because before it was more, so how does that make you feel? So how?
Yeah, no, I know.
And it was too much like, yo, it sounded scripted to the point that I don't believe you want to help me. I believe you want to hit my insurance company. I believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe you want to help me though.
Yeah, I opened.
Like,
go on.
Well,
No, you go.
Really fast. In therapy, like what you're talking about, Ray, with the negative experiences I've always had with the counselors I didn't gel with. I have one now that's phenomenal, but they would be like, you're making progress finally, even though it's very clinical and very structured and you don't get all the nuances, but you do your own work. They just ask the questions. But then every time you're like at that breaking point, they're like, okay, and that's all for today. But your insurance isn't going to pay me for the next, when it's like on the money, on the mark, at the time, and that makes you feel so disconnected from the process. So I think it's extremely important to find somebody that's not all about that doesn't do it just for the money, just for that. They actually truly give a fuck
and one thing I do want to say to everybody in the comment section there, and you guys too, check your work insurance. There's a lot of options that these companies have for insurance that adds, like you get 6 free visits with a counselor of your choosing and stuff like that. There's a lot of programs that these companies put into place for that. So if you have a company that has good insurance and stuff, check into that and see what else do they offer, because it could be something free that is right there for you that you need, and you don't have to pay nothing because your insurance already is covering that for you. So there's a lot out there. There's a lot of stuff out there that will help. So if you guys work for a company like that, check it out.
Or any insurance, because that's how mine was. Like if I didn't click on or call them and be like, yeah, I want to use this service that I'm now aware that you have, then I didn't get it. But you really have to do the research and do the work, and that's how they set it up. They set it up that way, so not everybody knows of all these perks you could get, so they don't have to pay for all of it, which is sick and whatever. But at least they're there,
Yeah, they're there, and that's how I found mine, and he's amazing. He's really trying to work with me. He's really trying to figure it out with me. And working together with him has been for the past 6 months. It's done so much changes in my mind mentally, the way I think of things now, that it's just amazing. But it's like they said in the comment section, somebody said in the comment section, the first step, finding somebody that you can talk to, is the most important thing when you're looking for a counselor. I've been through probably 4 or 5 before I found one that's actually going to work for me. So I mean, if it doesn't work, don't give up. Don't stop. They're all not like that. You're gonna find that one for you. You just gotta kiss a couple of frogs before you can find that prince.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like a real relationship. Like you have to find somebody that's on your same level that gels with you. Otherwise,
Right.
It's not gonna work. Like in any relationship.
And also, I think the right timing is what's going to bring them, because as much as I didn't want to move to Maine, I didn't have my car because it broke down. So that was another thing. And I still don't have my car. So I didn't have my car, and I still don't have my car living in Maine. I use my mom's car, but I don't have my own freedom, my own car. I have to make sure that she doesn't need it, or and it can get complicated sometimes. But that's what we have to do right now, at least. And so there's so many things that even here I feel are kind of making me feel held back. But since I moved here, I had so many positive things happen. Like I found a therapist that helps me, and it's only because I moved here. I wouldn't have gotten her if probably in Massachusetts. Maybe she doesn't work with the programs that Massachusetts has, because it's a telehealth one. I don't go to her. It's telehealth, and she's in Texas actually. So like, you can literally telehealth can help you if you can't find anybody in your state that's physically there. Then telehealth helps you find anyone within the whole United States, like pretty much. And there's so many options. But and then I finally got Connor his evaluations for autism, and I got a diagnosis for autism. And in Maine, they have a really good special education program, and he can start school this year, when in Massachusetts he can't because he misses the cutoff. Here he doesn't. So I have so many good things here, even though I know I'm still kind of thinking about the bad things. I can actually
Right.
look at the good things because they're really positive.
They're good. Hell yeah, they're
Yeah.
really, really good. And
Yeah.
just feed off of that energy. Feed
Yeah.
off of that, because what happens is a snowball effects.
Mm-hmm.
You feel good now because you're getting all this positive, and then if you can
Mm-hmm.
continue feeling good, because a lot more positive is going to come, because it's not just going to come to you. You're going to be working towards it, and it's just going to happen because you're
Mm-hmm.
going in with more positivity now. You're going in more with a positive mind when you're going through whatever
Yeah.
you're going through, and you became a stronger person. You literally had to reset everything and restart
Mm-hmm.
over from scratch with your son and everything. So it's a lot for one person to do, and look where you at now.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations on everything. That's fucking amazing. I love to hear that shit.
Before, I know like we were very long on time. I don't know how long it's been actually. I'm just saying stuff. It
Oh,
feels
we
like it's been
good.
a long time. Okay. Well, I have my two poems that helped me get through like the situation. If you want to
Hell yeah.
hear them,
Rock it.
if I have a poem for it, I'll read it to you guys every time. Okay. So the first one.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself.
I don't have names for my poems. I very rarely name them because I don't know. I can never think of a name for them. So, but all right. You want me to be open, but it's difficult when you remind me of the hazard that I am, always telling me you can or you can't. Looking back, were we ever on the same page? We didn't need to be in perfect sync. All I wanted was your commitment. You act like you're not controlling, but you only agree with me when it's husband approved. Then I get defensive. I find it humorous that you think I'm not pure. What is pure? Who wins in all of this? I am fortunate for all of my opportunities, but they mean nothing to me without a sense of community. For so long, I've tried to adapt, but did you ever really try? I know it's over now, but at least I have my health. I know I'll be okay. I know that one day I will rise, and with or without you, I am looking to a better future. I wrote that poem using, I started doing something when I was living on my own with Connor in New Hampshire. I started because they kept dropping off free newspapers to the apartment building. So I started getting them and skimming them for words, and I would start writing with the words. I would just kind of
Oh, that's
find
interesting.
how to, yeah, I don't know, just skim, and I would write a whole list of words, and then I would write a poem and put those words in the poem. And I wrote this
I
one like that.
I like that. That I know what other, I forgot who does it like. That's a rapper that raps like that too.
Oh yeah,
He gets a whole bunch of where he just puts it in together and he just makes a whole entire verse from it. I
yeah.
love that way of writing. That way of writing to me is always amazing.
And I found that when I was
Harry
when I was, huh?
No, not Harry Mack. Harry Mack does a freestyle.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
saying he gets. I know, but he grabs words and then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Words.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I do it that way, I was finding, so my mind was picking up the words that related to my situation. So when I felt uninspired, I was seeing those words because that's what my mind was looking for. My subconscious was
Right.
looking for. So then it helped me to be able to do it. It doesn't have, and I don't believe in perfect poems. I don't care if it rhymes perfectly or anything like that. I just write it, and if I like it, I like it.
And it's cathartic for you.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Absolutely.
how you wait till you've like kind of processed whatever it is, and then you're able to put it down on paper, and it's almost like a release.
Mm-hmm.
We do that a lot in tons of therapy, like writing a note and burning it, or sending it in
See,
a
I was gonna
lantern,
bring that.
all
I
that
was gonna
stuff.
bring that up, and there
Nice.
my counselor told me that I need to do that, and I gave that info to my son. Like, whenever you feel like what you were saying, Krista, when you're in the end of something, you write
Mm-hmm.
and you let it out. When you know when you're about to end up dealing with something that you've been struggling with, you write something. And that's why I told my son to do, and that's what I'm trying to do myself. Is just when one thing ends, just write it down, go to the fire pit, light her up.
Oh yeah, and
That's
burn
it.
it. Yeah, that's
I'm done.
another
That's
releasing
it. I'm not
ritual
doing.
too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love them. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that idea. These ideas that I've been getting for the past couple of months. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna implement all of this when I have time to do any of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, that's
it's about
another thing,
making
though.
time.
You have to
Make.
make time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
my time is whenever I don't fall asleep putting Connor to bed, and then I stay up and do.
I know about that so much. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Um.
I mean, that mom life is real, man.
Yeah.
My wife was there. My beautiful wife was the first 10 years taking care of the kids, doctor's appointment, taking care of picking them up from school and doing school shopping and helping with homework and doing all that for 10 years. And all I did was work. And I'm just like, I don't know how the fuck you did that shit. Like that was, to me, the most amazing thing that I've ever seen her do. She moved. I was at work. She moved the apartment like out because we were leaving from apartment to the condo. And when we were moving, she, pregnant and all with my son, working in the house, getting everything fucking done. So when I got home, I didn't have to barely do shit because she knew that I was like, woman, you need to relax. Like she is so like so strong with everything. But she dealt with my ass for all these fucking years. So I mean, that alone is its own thing.
Well, good
But
for you
I
for noticing that, because there's a lot of men, and I'm sure Krista can attest to this because I've been through it, that even if we're home with the kids doing all the things, they go to work and they're like, well, I worked and I did, you didn't work. Well, yeah, actually I'm working and I don't stop working.
Yeah.
And my shift never ends.
Well,
There's no clock
my
out.
thing though.
It just goes.
I did my wife's schedule one day because she was sick. One day, and I said, you know what?
Right.
Nope. I almost lost my mind. I was like, I don't know how she does this. Like, what? When there's not enough time in the world to do any of this. How does she do it? And then I tell her, like, you got to tell me your secrets, what's the shortcuts that you're using, because 24 hours is not enough for all this bullshit. I was like, I still got shit I got to clean.
8, 9,
Yeah.
and 10.
I was like, I can't do this right now. Like, this is crazy. And she was like, well, now you know. And I was like, yep, fuck it.
Yeah.
And I learned how, because she makes it look so easy. And I was just like,
Yeah, I'm not
like a
great
typical,
like that.
like a typical man, and then I try to do it. And I was like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't even want to attempt that. She's strong, and now she's working. Now she's holding me down. So I love that lady.
Mine, I was definitely not perfect with all of the motherly and like wife duties because I was working with Connor still. So like
Right.
I wasn't home all day. So
But even still,
So-
you're doing the mom stuff.
You're still
Yeah.
the mom stuff while working.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and then I get home
That's
and I still have to
crazy.
do mom, but I don't have energy to do the home stuff. It was
My,
so
my
yeah.
my wife did that with my daughter. She worked and she had my daughter. She worked in the nursery and she took my daughter to the nursery because she went to the same nursery that she worked at. So she just dropped her off there. She got a good little gig there and she was working and doing the mom thing by herself before I even met her. So I'm just like, I seen how strong a woman can be. Yeah, you women are fucking strong. A lot stronger than men. Men bitch about a lot of shit. They should not be bitching about.
Sorry.
Men bitch about a lot of shit that they should not be bitching about. Because I'm like, bro, you can't do it. You can tell your wife, go ahead, baby, go ahead, take the day off and let me stay with the kids and see how you gonna feel after that day. You gonna feel like your feet hurt. You don't want to hear nobody's bullshit, and you want some wine and some fucking music and shut the fuck up and run my feet. That's what it feels like. Because that's what it felt like to me. Period. Because that it's not easy. It's not easy. That's why having that awareness that when something's not working, that something's not going to work properly is another thing about being in a relationship, is understanding like if something doesn't mesh well, something needs to happen for the better of the child, because they can't be around that. The child can't see that and be in the middle of in any of that stuff. So
yeah, I get that.
I completely agree. And I was gonna say, Krista, I relate to you, like having to move back in with your mom and how like that makes you feel some kind of way. And well, at least for me, it didn't having this last time I came and stayed here was a choice because my grandma passed away 2 years ago. I had a place and all that, but and then it just organically became like, oh, I need to be here because my mom's sick, my dad travels, and it's better for the kids to have a stable place where they can go to the same schools. Cammie has been to like 8, she's 13, she's probably been at least to 8 different schools, maybe 7, but that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
it's a lot of schools.
I mean, and that was because, you know, my addiction and being in jail and back and forth with her dad and all that. But so luckily Cammie's a soldier and she's super rad and she's getting through it. I mean, she still has issues where she feels like, because her dad's not there all the time and it's hard on her, and like he, whatever, only wants her for certain things, and it's not cool. But my parents, that's what I was gonna say, that Ray, you were saying like it's important for them to have both, or something along the lines. That's where I got like both parents and be. Oh no,
it was ending up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I felt bad, because like I understand that, like, yes, I did the right thing.
Oh my gosh.
But then she doesn't have her dad.
Right.
Go on her.
Yeah, he's yeah. Sorry.
No,
He's a little crazy right now. He's mad at me because his videos. Go on.
It's okay. But my dad, he does travel a lot. Like, he's gone right now. But he's a really good male figure that they can have in their lives. Even though he gets a lot more frustrated than he's hardcore.
Yeah, I have my stepdad. Same thing.
Yeah, because it is important when it comes down to it. But it's crazy nowadays. Like, almost everyone I know,
Please.
aren't with the person that they had.
1 second. You can keep talking. I'll be right back.
Thanks, Kristen. She's so cute. Yeah. I don't know where my little one is. She's fine though. That's one thing about Isla, is she's so independent and she just does her thing and she's fine. She can play by herself. She makes up all these fantastical games. It's so amazing to watch a little, person just do their own thing and be happy. And
that's how me and my wife look at my son like that. We just look at him and like, he just does his own thing. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go ride my bike, and he just goes and just rides his bike and comes back with some bag of chips. I was like, I would love to hear that adventure of what he do from here to go to the fucking store to go get a bag of chips and come back. I was like, oh man, like just to see it happen from something that couldn't do nothing, like literally was dependent on us 24/7, and then it's just this child is doing its own thing, and I'm just like, wow, it's just crazy to see it.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to that point fully yet, but I know I'm just kind of nervous. But boys are easier. Well, you have an older daughter, but I know I'm just nervous about how I was when I was, 14, because Cammie's 13, and when I was 14, I went off the fucking rails. So.
Oh, but when my daughter leaves out of this house, when she's like, all right, guys, I'm going out, I'm just like, from that point on, I'm biting my nails and just shaking until she gets back home. Because I'm not used to her just saying, all right, I'm leaving in a vehicle that is big on a road where crazy people drive in Florida, and I'll go in and hang out with my friends somewhere that I don't know. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I'm not gonna be able to relax at all until she's back home. It's just my nerves are shot. And then when my son goes out, it's the same shit. When my son goes out, it's worse because he's my clone. And I know how crazy and dumb I was when I was 16. So I'm just like, oh no, please no. So anytime that they're not in the four walls, I'm just like a nervous wreck. And my wife's like, you're going to have to let them go someday. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but I don't want to. I don't.
Yeah. But that goes back to like raising them right and then letting them learn from your experience. Like in recovery, they say share your experience, strength, and hope. Like that's literally what I'm doing as a parent. So
Right.
she's unfortunately Cammie's aware. I mean, not unfortunately, it is what it is. But she's aware of my addiction and her father's as well, and how that affected her life and my life and all the whole family's life. Right, Cammie? There she is. Hey. And but she's like, Mom, don't worry, I'm not gonna do drugs. Like, ugh. Like how you know parents, kids don't want to be like their parents. And
Right.
are you? You're not. I'm gonna go to Ava's. No, you're not.
I feel the same way. Like Connor's only 4, but I think he is like aware of that stuff too. He understands, even though he doesn't know how to express it himself. He hears and understands everything. He knows, you know. So, same thing.
Well,
But
Krista, thank you so much for sharing. I got Orphan Ren waiting up right now. So thank you, Krista. I'll bring you up later when we're done because we don't have that many people behind in line. So when we're done, if you want to come back up and chill, you can, and I'll bring you back up here and we can close it out together.
All right.
Alrighty. Thank you. Love you.
Love
Bye.
you.
I
Bye.
can't go until 8 anyways. Bye. No, I love
And
her.
I want to
She's
bring
great.
up now. Yeah, she's amazing. Krista's amazing. Now I want to bring up Orpheus
Orpheus.
Ren.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
You're a little
We can hear you.
pixelated. I
Yeah.
can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm not muted.
Listen, I don't know all about the issues.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, right. I've actually got internet this time, so hey, I'm not in the closet. I'm on the couch. Concept.
So, are you
What
going to
is
tell
your-
us something about, like, overcoming
Yeah.
something that you... Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff that I've been overcoming, but I'm actually going to bring up something relatively recent because I'm going through it again. I'm sure, like, if you've listened to me at all, you know I've got some health issues going on. And right now I'm finding about a new one, a scary one. And, like, okay, it might be a false positive, but if it's not a false positive, it is somebody else's fault. So I'm pretty mad if that's the case. But I am, like, holding that anger at a distance because it's like, I don't know for certain. But I'm trying to learn from, like, past experience, and, like, it's not good for my health when I'm getting too emotional, like, too excited, too angry, too sad, too anything, right? Because I have chronic fatigue syndrome. And it's where it is specifically in my body is a nerve in my brain. And that's not a good situation. Basically, like, I get too emotional, I sleep for, like, most of a day or two, or twice, or 2 weeks. So I try to keep things chill. But, like, this is a lot of, like, I'm stressed, I'm scared, I'm potentially angry. I'm trying to hold it at a distance, but it's still there. And I'm trying to find different outlets for it. So I'm doing things like I'm cleaning a lot. I'd like to be in the garden, but unfortunately, like, something is blooming here in the Mojave that's giving me asthma attacks. So I'm not going outside very often. And when I do, it's with an N95. But yeah, I'm just trying to find different outlets for, like, I can't control any of this. This is all well beyond my control. Like, my health issues are in the past. The potential causes for them are in the past. There's nothing I can do now except try to cope with what's already going on and what may be going on. So I'm finding different outlets for it. Like, big emotion, I'm drawing art, or I'm writing poetry, or I'm cleaning the kitchen, or I'm cleaning my room, or I'm making sure that, like, even though I can't do anything with about the cause, I'm still doing something with that energy that's giving me huge fucking emotion. Because it's hard, and I hate everything about this. Yeah. And unfortunately, I won't know like what's going on for certain until doctor gets back to me. Anyway, that's what I got for today.
I'm sorry you're going through that. That's heavy.
That's really
But
heavy.
just think positive, like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
You know, you don't
Yeah,
have to be.
like
And
I mean,
if it is
try to
what it is,
find that. Yeah. Try to
yeah,
find that route and just get your mind straight to just thinking the positive and try to push as much as you can mentally to just think that way, even though you're going through it. And I know mentally is probably is weighing on very heavy on you, and I know it is. But
yeah.
focusing on it, is just gonna trigger a lot more
Oh
other
yeah,
things, and it's just going to make it even worse. So just
right.
right now, you like you said, you can't control nothing right now. There's nothing you can do about it. So let's stress about it when we need to stress about it. Right now, let's
yeah,
move on and let's just keep that positivity, because you'll be surprised how you could get your mind to think that way for so long, and then when something like that happens, you'll be surprised how you can handle it, and
yeah,
you'll
yeah.
surprise yourself how you can handle it. So, and
Yeah.
we're here with you. We're here with you
Oh yeah,
100%.
The placebo effect is so real. Like that's why they use those in blind studies, right? They give people sugar pills and they think they're getting a pill that's going to make them better and they get better because they're, it's all about your mindset. Like I
yeah.
have I don't know if you heard me say last time. I'm sure I brought it up about how I have my a tricuspid valve got eaten away by uh, a staph infection of my heart. So
I do remember that.
yeah,
Yeah,
right. And so, but I've never had an echocardiogram since then that wasn't less than 100% function, and I don't have
yeah,
the valve. So it's just I don't even think about it like, oh, I have something's wrong with me. I don't think about it like that. I'm like, I'm fine,
yeah,
I'm good, and I know it. You know it
yeah,
with every bit of everything you have, and then your body just kind of makes that happen. It's
yeah,
really about your mindset, and even if things do happen, because shit does happen. It's just like my mom's going through cancer right now, like, but she's
yeah.
good. She's getting through it just fine because she's like, I'm
Yep.
not gonna let this take me down. I'm gonna be good, and hence she's
Yeah,
going to be good. She is good, right? I mean, yes, some people have they struggle and they do have horrible things happen, like, and have sicknesses. I mean, I'm fine talking about this now, but when I was using needles, I got hepatitis C. Like,
mm,
I had never had any symptoms, and luckily there came a cure. It was 26,000 something a month for these scripts that
oh
I
wow,
had to
yeah,
get. Yeah, and I had to go through, like Ray was saying, you have to like dig in through your insurance and figure out how to get something approved. But I did it. I got it approved, and I got cured of it. So,
yeah,
I mean, like, if you have an obstacle coming your way, there are ways to get
It
through it and
always.
handle it.
yeah,
And being positive and knowing that you can, that you're strong enough, your body's strong enough, your body's capable. Because our bodies are capable of miraculous things, and that's the word that I will use. It is miraculous. It's like
Right.
magic.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, and
go ahead.
honestly, I've already done something. I've already lived through something I probably shouldn't have. I don't remember if I brought this up last time, but I have vascular Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is specifically the one where it affects the blood flow vessels in your body, and you're more prone to heart attack or to aneurysm of the brain or the heart. I had a brain aneurysm, not a big one, but bad enough.
And you were.
So I
you're
mean
good.
that alone,
Yeah,
and now look at you, and not a lot of people could say that story. Not a lot of people
yeah,
could say that.
yeah. And I
So
was not okay for a long time, but I was like, I ain't going without a fight. I'm gonna stick around, and if I live,
exactly.
cool, and if I don't, okay. But
That's another thing too. Just being accepting of what is. Like
yeah,
it's
That
good.
you know, and that right there is hard by itself. It's just
yeah,
accepting the inevitable, accepting what's
yeah,
going to happen to eventually all of us, and it's just
yeah,
that we don't talk about it because it's uncomfortable, and I would like for it to be a time that we could talk about it without having that feeling of feeling uncomfortable. Something that we can't control if happening. That's
yeah,
why every minute of the day is important to do what's going to make Orpheus Red happy, what's going to make Harley happy, what's going to
exactly.
be make Uncle Ray happy. Because if we focus on all the negative that the world keeps on throwing at us, we're going to dig ourselves a bigger hole than what we should.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
selling
Just
yourself
because we're going to
short.
be exactly. So live your life every second of the day as much as you can. And yes, sometimes life knocks us down. It
no,
does.
yeah,
We shit happens to us, man. I mean, that we, but the human mind, the shit that the human mind could go through, and could fix, and the human mind could just change. It's amazing if people just keep on with that, moving forward, thinking positive route instead of saying I'll only think positive when shit is going good.
no,
Right.
that's not how it
It's
works.
easy to
Right.
it's easy to think positive when shit is going good.
Yeah, like
Of course.
I've lived through more awful, horrible, insane shit than 90% of the people on this planet, and I feel bad for the other 10%. But the way, like, people keep saying, how do you stay positive despite like all of this bleh? And I'm just like, because when I didn't stay positive, it was worse. It
Right.
was worse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And what's the
Exactly.
choice? What's the choice there? Either have these issues and live like woe is me. Oh look, or be like, okay, yes, this is happening, but I mean, accept the things I can't change. You know, and the
Yeah,
courage to change the things that I can. Full, call back to that because it's
Yeah,
so
going
true.
back to the
Because you can
absolutely.
serenity,
yeah.
serenity prayer. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm
It,
stoked. I'm proud of you because that is a
Yeah.
I'm
lot.
so it is a lot. It is a lot to take, and
It,
you're just by looking at you right now, you're dealing with it very well, and it's amazing to
yeah,
see that because you shows the strength that you have, the strength that you have inside of you. It shows it there
yeah,
because you could be here like an emotional mess and have all the right to act that way because it's a lot. It's a lot of heavy stuff that you getting hit with, but
yeah,
you're in here and you're talking about it and you're hey, I'm here and it is what it is. I mean, that's
yeah.
motivation right there for it should be motivation right there for a lot of people.
Yeah, and like my adopted family, because my biological family is a piece of shit. TLDR. But my adopted family is always like, you got to stay alive, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that as long as I can, but I'm not gonna promise longer.
Well, no one can. How can
Exactly.
you, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
But
It could be
but they're like,
tomorrow. It
you
could
gotta
be.
live, and I'm like, I'm gonna
Well,
do
I'm
my
gonna
best.
live, but if I don't, like that's not on me.
Yeah, it's like,
Understand
yeah,
that?
exactly. Like, I'm gonna live, but eventually that's gonna stop, and I will not be here for that repercussion. Sorry, I'll be gone.
Exactly.
Oh
And
man,
that's
that's
another thing, though. Like,
that's a
I
big
know
one.
we're talking a lot about positivity and be happy and be, but sometimes you need to sit in the feeling. Well,
Yeah,
I feel
You
like,
have
yeah,
to live with
in
it.
my opinion,
You have to
I
live with it.
always, if something does happen that sucks, like, I need to feel those feelings, because it is a sad thing. It is
yeah,
something that does affect you and changes your life, whatever that looks like for whatever circumstance it may be. And that's okay too. Like, it's to be sad is important. It's important to be sad and feel those
Absolutely.
feelings. It's important to be angry and feel those feelings, but just
yeah,
get through
You
them,
have to sit with them.
methodically, and take
You
whatever time you need to deal with it.
yeah,
you
Yeah,
have
in
to
order
sit
to
with
release them, like
that
we were
pain.
talking about before.
Like what I like to do a lot, not a lot, but sometimes what needs to happen when I have something so heavy that I can't release, I just sit in here and I cry and I just try to get it all out. I'll
hmm,
scream, I'll curse at the world. Everything that I'm feeling, I'm saying it in this room. And once that is done, that's it. I can't go back to trying to deal with that same thing again mentally. I already got it out. It's out and done with. Now I can move forward. But I already, like you said, we have to sit with it. We have to sit with that
yeah,
pain. We have to sit with whatever comes to us because we're human. We have to let that emotion out. We can't let that emotion just sit
yeah,
there and idle and then now we're screwed. But let it out.
yeah.
However way you think you can. Screaming, crying, going
Poetry.
to a boxing ring and just punching or writing or whatever is it, but just get it out the way you need to get it out. Mine is aggression. I need to let it out by screaming. I need to cry. I need to see the tears. I need to feel that feeling of hurt or sadness or whatever. And once I get that feeling, I sit with it. I accept the feeling, and then it's easier for me to just let it go. Then now, okay, now I'm 100% again. Now let's move forward with the positive shit. Now that's behind me. I'm good. But it's hard to mentally get yourself to do that without trying to force yourself to do it. So when it
Yeah,
starts looking like work, people usually don't want to do it. But when you
yeah,
just force yourself to keep on thinking that way, watch how fluently your body and your brain just starts taking over all that positive and turning into positive energy for healing, positive energy for your mental, positive healing on anything, and
yeah,
makes you a better person. It's just you gotta continue. Do not let that light go. Don't let that positivity light go. Because once that light turns off, it gets scary.
yeah.
It
It
gets
is real
scary.
scary when that light
Oof.
gets turned off. Yeah, and like I think I did this somehow instinctually when I was really young, and like when I was really young, I was going through it a lot. But when I was young, like I was already writing poetry frequently. Um, but I had this thing where like I'd write this really really dark poem, and then I'd have this moment of like, oh no, I can't let anybody know my feelings, and I'd add this thing of positivity into it. Even when it was a dark, scary, like this is how I'm actually feeling. I'd add something in the middle or the end where it's like, but look on the bright side, um, and it
That's
trained
it.
my
See,
brain.
and that's just what it is. It's like everything. It's like everything in the world. The brain. If you do something repeatedly over, like okay, let me give you an example. I wanted to try something on myself. I forgot what it's called, but I wanted to try something. I like every time I sit inside the studio is the only time that I eat Jolly Ranchers, and I wanted to see what would happen with my brain. And I no, our next day came in and I left the Jolly Ranchers inside. I was like, all right, today I'm not gonna put the Jolly Ranchers in there. I'm just gonna do my reactions. And I sat down here, and then my mouth started going like I needed something, but I didn't know what it was because I'm in the middle of doing reactions. The last thing on my mind is Jolly Ranchers. The
Yeah,
last thing I'm thinking about is this, but my mouth is just like, why is it dry and it's not. It tastes like ash. Like I don't like what I'm tasting right now. Why? And it's because I
yeah,
trained my brain that every single day for months I sat my ass over here and I was eating Jolly Ranchers at the same time, at the
Thanks,
same moment.
Ashley.
And yeah, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you. But it shows how you could train your brain to do anything, to make
yeah,
your brain
Yeah.
feel anything you want. So transfer all that positive. Negative hits you. All right. So what's going to be the positive out of this? That's
yeah,
how our brain. We have to train our brains to start thinking. What can be the positive? How can I get positive out of this. And then once you
Yes.
get it, and you start getting your brain to start working with you instead of against you, because that's what we're doing. Our brains are trying to
Yeah.
say, no, 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 no. You need to sit here and do like what you always do. And then once you try to fight that, it's a war that you think you can't win, but it's a war you're fighting on your own. You need to get that positive, force that positivity into that brain. Because we force that negative bullshit all day long.
Yeah.
Let's force that positive bullshit into our brain. Once our brain starts rebooting, I'm telling you, anything that comes your way is going to be a lot easier to deal with eventually. It's not something that happens,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
And it's harder.
But
it is more difficult at our at older ages to forge new neural pathways, which is literally what you have to do to retrain your brain, which is the whole thing. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even tell you how many times they said that at hold on one second in rehab, so many times. Retrain your brain, and but you just so it does take more work than it does if you're like a little kid, and that's why they say, oh, your formative years, because your brain is so ready to go and it's lighting up and doing all those things. But you can, and everybody can, and just like Ray said, it is, and we've been saying, it is a workout. It is a muscle. It's
Yeah.
something you have to do.
And sometimes
To
it
get
is
to that
so
point, but
tempting to
it's
skip
possible.
brain day. It is so tempting sometimes to skip brain day, where you're just like, I don't want to be this positive person today. I just want to be a pile of mush. And it's like, yeah, but if
Right.
I skipped brain day. Ray, I can't hear you for some reason. Oh, you're muted on the stream.
like I said about this weekend, I saw that I was already leading to that. I saw that I was already leading to that mentality of I'm a piece of shit. It's not gonna. Well, I hate this. I lost my shit. Da da da. I so wanted to just sit in my pity, and I wanted people to pay. Then I'm just like, no, 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 no. This is not how. This is not how this works. You
Yeah.
know this is not how this works. You need to get your dumb ass up, and I have to talk to myself like that. I have to be aggressive with myself, and I push myself to do it. Once I'm sitting, because I know once I get into this chair, something turns on, and I know that. So it's about getting to the chair. So I won't
Yes.
have to sit in that room all day and wallow in my pity because shit happened and oh, woe is me. So I just came in here and I just, like I said, it just turned on. I let my brain take over. I relaxed myself by medications.
We all
You all
need
know
them.
what that is. You all know what that is.
I mean, I got
And
some of mine. So-
there you go. And then it just got me. It just got me back to where I needed to be. So we're always gonna have that relapse, that mental relapse. We're always gonna hit that mental relapse there where we're gonna fit in. When I say sit with the pain, I mean schedule that shit.
Yeah.
Like, all right, from 11 o'clock to 12, from 11 to 12, nobody opened his door, nobody texted me, nobody called me, nobody do nothing. I don't exist. Because I need this time to let it out, because this is a scheduled burning of what I need to get out of myself. And then once that happens, I'm good. It's hard. It's hard. It's a lot of work. It's a struggle every single day to try to get that mentality and stay with that positivity every single day. And it helps, obviously, having a community like this where we could openly talk like this and not be ashamed or not feel like someone's going to judge us of certain things that might say about our life or our story. I mean, our story is our story. I mean, it's going to be raw sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be, hey, but understanding, hey, we're doing this so you could understand in the comment section, or whoever's watching this in the future, you could understand. You're not alone.
Nah.
We all are going through our things in all different types of levels, yes, but at the end of the day, we all are going through it. So why are we going through it by ourselves? We shouldn't. So now we don't have to. We don't have to go through any of this by ourselves. So that's
and it's amazing. Like when Keto said last session, when he came on after you and I both talked, he's like, I had no idea, and that's just a testament to see, like, there's so many people that you meet or that you know that have no idea of your story, what you're going through,
Yeah.
but they see how you are, how you present yourself in a social setting or any setting, and they can't even fathom that you've been through all this
No.
horrible things because of how you're acting, and
Right.
that right there is an inspiration to people, you know?
Yeah.
So being able to be strong enough to tell your
Yeah.
story, to just get it
That
out
takes
there.
a
It
lot.
took me a long time.
That's
And
that
like
takes
the
a
last
lot.
the last time I haven't watched it back, but like I was literally shaking with like how hard it was to just push past like the sometimes thin veneer of I'm fine, I don't know what you mean, to actually be like, no, this is what I've been through, this is what I've
Right.
experienced, and it was not good to me.
I mean,
But you
and
did
that and
it.
that's what it is. It's once you pass that threshold of getting over it and not hiding, because a lot of thing is a lot of problems that we go through when we're going through sobriety, we're going through anything in life, is we're ashamed of ourselves and we don't want people to be ashamed of us.
Yeah.
So we try to paint this picture, put this mask on of I'm fine, when we
Yeah.
all know what fine means. It means
Yeah.
you're not fucking fine. It means there's
Fine
something
means
going
fucked
on.
up, insecure,
Because
what is
yeah,
it?
yes, fucked up, insecure, needy,
Neurotic and
and something
emotional.
neurotic and
Neurotic
emotional.
and emotional.
Neurotic and
Yes.
emotional. Yes. So
Yeah.
it's
It's
just
true.
like that fine word doesn't exist. Like that fine, we all
No.
know.
Yeah.
We should not even use it anymore. You
No.
know how
No.
you could tell a difference between somebody that's fine to somebody that is not fine? Somebody that is not fine is going to tell you, I'm fine. Somebody
Yeah.
that it is fine is not going to tell you, oh, I'm fine. They're going to say, check what's going on, man. I got this going on, and they're gonna talk about it. They're gonna be excited about it. They're gonna
Yeah.
be all about it. That's a true person that is fine, like actually fine. But
Yeah.
that word, and a lot of times, more
It
than
does not
more
mean
than
fine.
less, it doesn't mean that you're fine. It means you're going through something. You just don't want to talk about it because either you're ashamed, or you may think people are not going to understand, or it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're human. If you think whatever you went through, there's not people out there that went through the same shit, then there's something wrong with you. Whatever you went through, there's somebody out there that went over it as well, and they've been through it probably even worse than you. But it doesn't
Yeah.
change the people's struggle. It doesn't change the mentality of how to take what's coming at you. And that's why with communities like this, it's vital to the human race to have communities like this, even if it's not on the internet, even if it's not this what we're doing today, even it's just something where people just get together, be open about, yo, this is going to be the most honest that I'm going to be around people. This is the
Yeah.
most honest. And as addicts and as recovering addicts and people with recovering mental disorder, mental problems or whatever, going
Yeah.
through it and then coming on the other side with a story to tell to help somebody else is the best thing that you could do. Not keeping it inside, letting it rip and letting, yo, this is me. I'm wearing who I am on my chest. I've always done that since the minute my face first hit this camera. I've been wearing my feelings in my arm. You guys have known everything that's been going on with my whole entire life since I started to now, and it's been therapeutic because I have something that I could come in here and hear a song, and then let that song open up a path that I didn't think I was going to talk about today.
Yeah.
I
Can
didn't
I
think
read
this
you
was going to
guys?
come up.
Can I read you guys a poem real quick? This is one that I
Yeah,
wrote that I
absolutely,
think probably is good for this one. Actually, it's
absolutely.
it's a words it's a sequel to another poem where I was questioning like what the fuck is my worth in the grand scheme of things, and this is the answer. This is my answer to what is my worth. I question my worth, and I don't know what for. My worth is not less, and my worth is not more. My worth is like a sail, it can only unfurl. It's the same as yours, hers, his and hers. It's the same as kings and sages and seers. It's the worth of a kick, it's the worth of the cheers. My worth isn't a question, my worth is just there. My worth is the water, my worth is the air. My worth is good soil, my worth is rock bare. My worth is this planet flying through space. My worth lives while I live and leaves here no trace. My worth is now, and my worth is this place. Some people think worth is in what you leave, a mark on the world or in people who grieve. But here's the truth they don't want to believe. You have no worth, for your worth is worth all. By your life or your death, empires thrive or they fall. Know your worth beyond numbers, and so stand tall. To ask of one's worth is a foolish mistake. It's a question of fire. Its point is to break. This is not a question for those who create. Our worth is the water, our worth is the air, our worth is good soil, our worth is rock bare. Our worth isn't a question, our worth is just there.
That was amazing. I like that. That was good.
really good.
Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me a second, guys. Carly, can you take over? Give me 1 second, because
Yeah.
something's going on this side on the computer, and I don't want
You're
the whole
fine.
shit to shut down.
No shit shutting down.
No shit shutting
No,
down.
that was really really cool. I loved how you tied like your worth into everything, and you went all the way back to like ancient
Yeah.
times and now and everything. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's so
because
cool.
it's true. Like, I often, like, I wonder sometimes, like, those. A lot of times, like, I wonder if somebody who either didn't live long enough or somebody wasn't born or whatever, what would their life have done in the course of history? Would it have changed things? Would things be better? Would things be worse? Who fucking knows, right? It's not an answer
Right.
we have,
Yeah.
but
Right. Do you believe in reincarnation?
I do actually. Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I just think that has a lot to do with a lot of things, and like what
Yeah.
you're saying, like who knows what would happen. But things, I don't know. I just feel like things happen organically, how they're
Yeah.
supposed to, and that's okay. Like it's
Yeah.
all okay. I watch
Yeah.
a lot of these. Well, since being in recovery, and then I've been really interested in like the near death experiencers,
Mm.
and how interesting it is. They all have like the same vein of truth, no matter what background that they come from, and that right there is just like it has
Yeah.
proven to me that no matter what happens, it's literally great. We're
Yeah.
gonna be just fine. And
Yeah.
right now, here on Earth, what we're doing here, we need to make the most of it, savor the moment. Yeah, people have to. I'm so sorry.
Bless you.
That was my daughter.
It's okay.
That,
That was enormous, kid. You all right?
that was aggressive. I know. That was like violent. Jeez
But
Louise.
yeah,
Did you
Carly,
want me to-
Carly, you and I got to talk sometime because I actually did have a near-death experience, like with the aneurysm. I got stories with that one.
Okay.
Mm.
That-
Yeah, that would be very interesting to hear.
Is she good?
Like, she's
Who
fine.
sneezed?
She does that.
She's good.
That's Cammy. Yeah, it
That
sounded
was
like
that
a-
was
That was,
scary.
that was a big one.
Yeah. No,
If I
she's
would have sneezed like
perfectly
that,
fine.
if I would have sneezed like that, I would have popped something in my back. I know I would have.
Right? Yeah, I feel that one. Sometimes I feel like you just shake me and I'll start glowing.
Hold on.
Right now,
That's hilarious.
I can see it in
That's
his face.
hilarious. That's... Oh man.
Pop me like a glow stick. Oh wait, I do that everywhere.
Oh my god, man. Oh god. Do we have, let me see. If anybody else wants to come up, we got the link on in the pinned comment on the Twitch stream chat. Please, if you want to come up, tell your story. Like I said, I got moderators now in place, so you should be safe now. And we got protection. We got the guards with the little green swords. So we should be good. So we should be safe telling your story and opening up. So the link is up there. Whoever feels comfortable to come up and just talk a little. Anything they want. Maybe this week was a little bit too hard. Maybe you were going through stuff throughout this week. It was day by day giving you bullshit. You just want some place to just let it all out. Please hit that link. You are in a safe place here.
By the way,
We will
if
take-
anybody's wondering why I'm not too chatty in the chat, this is why I do an arts. My nephew has talked me into doing art fight with him next month, like tomorrow. I need to do
Wow.
2 more characters. I'm almost done, but like.
Okay. I want to go back. I want to go back into doing some pour painting again, and I'm thinking about adding that as a section in the Patreon. Maybe like an art section, and
Yeah.
if anybody wants to put up their art and anything like that, they could put it up there, and then me like put videos, specifically me doing pour painting and how to do it and designs and shit like that. I'm thinking I want to add that to the Patreon. I just don't know when. But
I want to
yeah.
join your Patreon so bad, man. Like, I
I
had
got
to
it.
pick
I
between you and
wrote
Len.
it down low. I
Oh,
got
did you?
$5 a month for tier 1, $10 a month for tier 2.
All right, I might be able to swing that. Let me poke around my finances.
You know what?
Because last time I
Actually,
looked,
we
it was
might
still
need-
like 10 or 12 or whatever it was. But,
I was gonna give away a month of it. I will give it to you. But I need
There
to
you
what I
go.
need to know.
There you
You're
go.
welcome. Let me go see what I need to know. I think it's just like your email, I think, maybe. But you can,
Okay. yeah, I can send you that on Instagram.
Yeah, send it on IG.
I'll look at it up and I have you on Instagram, so we'll work it out later,
Yeah.
but for sure. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
And for all the moderators that are in the chat right now, I do have 5 moderator spots open for the Patreon, and I'm going to announce all 5 moderators for Patreon. Now for Twitch, we already got them. It's the same as YouTube. For Patreon, I have 5 specific moderators that I picked, and I'm going to let you guys know who you guys are tomorrow on a video that I'm going to do. So that's also coming.
A Patreon video, right? And the Patreon,
Yeah,
if anybody
Patreon
hasn't
video.
subscribed, you need to. It's so good. I love it so much. I literally look forward to it.
I'm having fun
every
over it.
day.
I love hanging out in the Patreon, and I am going to be doing the private live sesh with the Vibe Hive on the Patreon coming next week. I got to see how this YouTube thing works, but I do have the link. All it really is me taking the link from StreamYard, making it unlisted, and giving you guys the link, and whoever's in the Patreon could join, and it's going to be live. It's going to be just like how we're doing right now.
It's
Epic.
like what's that? The Brady Bunch kind of where they're all above
Yeah,
the screen
yeah.
and you can talk. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why I went to that. I was thinking of Hollywood Squares. That's what I was thinking of.
It's gonna be something like that I want to do with the Vibe Hype. So there's a lot of things going on in the Patreon
And the pool party.
it's and the pool party's coming up too. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be fun.
What is that? What's that face?
That was me going pool party on the internet.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, you get in your
So-
own pool and then live stream.
And then
Ah,
live stream that
okay.
shit. Exactly.
Okay.
So what?
And we'll all be
Yeah.
in pools.
Yeah, we'll all be in pools. We're all just going live streaming the pool party, playing music, going crazy.
I don't have a pool,
pool
but I do have a
patios.
bathtub. Does that count?
I said that shit to somebody in the comment
Why not?
section. They're like, I ain't got a pool. I like, you got a bathtub? Fill that bitch up. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah. We're just outside.
And then
by
I
the
can
lake.
get clean, you know.
Josh over here saying Unc's pool's big enough. We're not inviting all these people over to my house, brother.
Besides, I think
That pool's gonna be-
I think you live in one of the places that I'm allergic to.
Why are you allergic?
I'm allergic
What?
to the South. The
Oh,
entire
shit.
South.
Then yeah, we're pretty much as far south as you can get, I think.
we as far south as you can get exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Keep on
guys are in
one coast, I'm
Florida,
on the
which I
other.
vaguely recall you are, oh man, my lymph nodes tried to explode when I was in Florida. I'm not even joking.
The pollen.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
wife
that
gets
and
it bad.
sneeze. Yeah.
Where's it at? Where's it at? This is where I have to have on me. Now, it didn't happen before, which is crazy. It wasn't like this when I moved to Florida first time. I was actually good, but then after, I guess my body got immune to the I have to be with this, the allergy, and I gotta take one Zyrtec a day. If not, all this, I won't be able to breathe. My chest is gonna be tight. I'll be done. I can't do it
I'm
without it.
not laughing at you. I'm laughing at me because I'm on 2 Allegra, 2 Pepsid, Flonase twice a day, and I'm supposed to
Oh,
add something else and
jeez.
use a neti pot as many times a day as I can stand, basically. I'm seeing an allergist because I'm not
Yeah,
okay,
have you had
guys.
the tests done where they do like the skin pricks or whatever it is?
I have a feeling that's coming. Also,
Yeah.
the blood test that they did, I have basically no immunoglobulin E. Like, it came back less than 2. You're supposed to have at least 6.
I don't honestly know what that is, but that
It's
does not
my
sound
body doesn't
correct.
make antibodies. I have no antibodies.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Something real wrong. But we're figuring out, fam. We're gonna
We got that. We
You'll
got
be
we
that.
in
fine.
progress.
In the meantime, filter your water. I use a
Yes.
Berkey. Yeah. Try to eat as clean as possible.
I mean, I already
Because
do that.
there's
Like,
plastics and everything. It's bad.
When was the last
Like-
time you ate a fast food?
I think I had to go to a doctor last week, so I ended up getting like Del Taco.
Oh, it's not good.
Yeah, but like other than that, I have a cast iron pan, and I love
Yeah.
cooking.
I
So
love
like
eating off of caffeine. Oh,
I made a chuck roast fairly recently, and I make I can't have gluten, so I make corn tortilla quesadillas pretty frequently,
Mhm.
and I eat a ton of vegetables. Like, I had to go into the hospital for seizure testing, and while I was in there, they were like, "So what is your normal diet?" And I was like, "Well, here's the foods I typically eat." And they're like, "You eat really healthy," and I'm like, "Yeah, I like not dying."
Right. It's so crazy.
I like not dying is crazy. Oh my god.
But it's true. They're
Yeah,
so,
no,
so
yeah.
bad. Like the dyes thing. I mean, that's the smallest thing they could do, but at least they're doing that. Is outlawing the dyes in the food because
Yeah, we're
every
in
other
progress for that.
country
And I'm
besides us,
like, on my list of allergies, the numbered food dyes. Hello, I cannot have any of them. They
right,
actively
well, nobody
make me
should.
ill.
And I
Yeah.
guarantee you, your gluten allergy, if you went to like Italy or just somewhere in Europe where they don't allow those chemicals sprayed on the wheat, it would probably go away. I've heard
No,
so
I don't think
many
so.
people say
It's a protein thing with me. It's something about the
Okay.
structure of it. Yeah, like it acts.
that. Well,
TMI. It makes my inside swell. So
no, I'm lactose intolerant, but I think
Yeah.
that's just because why are we supposed to have milk from another animal? But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people get
Who
calcium
knows?
and stuff from it, but you can get calcium other places too. So,
I you see, my
Anyways.
problem is I build up too much calcium, and that's why I get kidney stone.
really?
My body, if I
Oh.
eat too much calcium or if I build up too much, and then I get these freaking boulder-sized stones.
yeah, I do that too. But I have a weird one. I do that with at least 2 B vitamins, B6 and B12. Like, B6 is not one you want to have because, especially when you already have a seizure disorder, because too much B6 in your body will give you neurological problems.
Really,
I'm fine.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Huh?
I wasn't aware of that.
B12's
Because
relatively minor. Right.
Oh,
know
Stepford
how
Regent,
important
yes. All right, nobody else is coming up. I'm gonna bring up Krista. Krista,
Let's
I'm
all
bringing
chat.
you up. So,
Let's all chat.
Krista, I'm bringing you. Krista, I'm not gonna bring her up because she's over here with a chip like this. So I'm like, let me
Aw.
reflect to finish eating that chip before she
Finish
comes
your
up.
tip, Krista. I love Krista. She's awesome.
Yeah, Krista's the best. Those are the best chips, Krista.
Yeah.
Those are the best
But Ray,
chips.
honestly, like that on Thursday when all this happened,
Yeah.
obviously a few days, whatever, 5 days ago or whatever it was, and then like I could visibly see you like working through it throughout the day, and then at the end of that live that we did on here, when you were talking to Archie, you were like accepting of it, talking about, well, that's okay because I was already thinking of doing this, and so now I'm already getting the leg up on moving things over, and you had already like organized it in your mind as to making it into a positive, and I was so proud of you, and I was so happy
Thank you,
that you had done
Carly.
that.
Thank
Because,
you.
I mean, you know how many people that would just be like the end all be all, and within a
Right,
few
right.
hours you were
Yeah.
already like looking at the positives. So you are walking the walk, you know, you're practicing what you
Yeah.
preach. Like
It sucks,
it's
but thank you
And
so much,
it's
Carly.
fucking hard sometimes to do that and just be like, I hate everything, and now I'm gonna be positive about it.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Right.
that was a big thing that happened to him. Like,
yeah, yeah. Mm.
even to have these lives on here, like when with Rabbit Hole, and oh man, that was great. By the way,
I love her.
she's so funny. You guys had
I
such a
love
good
her.
time, and it was so it was emulated through the screen for
I
sure.
absolutely needed that, especially how I was been feeling, and she really helped out. She's like, "I got you, Unc. I got you, Unc," and then she just went in there, did amazing, and now we're gonna definitely go take that Ren thing, and we're gonna see if we could do that kind of movie
Violet's
thing
Tale
with the
or
Violet's
Jenny and
Tale,
Screech's
yeah,
Tale.
Jenny, Screech, and
Yeah.
Violet.
There's a lot of characters that you can play off of, but that's such a heavy subject. I mean, I always keep it a buck, so I'm just saying, like, it's so heavy and it's so like, I don't know. I would just be,
I mean,
I would want to really do it justice. You know what I mean?
That's why.
I've
That's why I
often-
told her, I was like, "This ain't gonna be something that we're gonna put together in a week." I'm like,
Yeah.
"This is gonna be
Right.
something that me, her, and I want Hateful Jay a part of it
Hateful
because
Jay.
he's a writer too, and he writes skits and stuff like that." I said, "This is something that I want the three of us to spend a year and change, like really sitting here and making a actual fucking movie, not a YouTube clip that you can see, an hour and something movie with characters and bring everything to real life. This is something that is we're gonna take our sweet fucking time with it.
Right.
You need writers. You do know what I do for a living, right?
Absolutely,
Sign me up. You got my Instagram. I know you do.
yeah, I got you. Look at Krista. Krista, why are you smiling for? She liked them chips. Them chips were amazing.
They're so cheap and like bigger.
You're remixing with your speaker, with your hat, with your
Yeah.
mic.
With my chips. Yeah.
Your mic is cutting off.
Yeah, your mic's not working. Quite.
I'm on my phone.
Oh,
Ah.
that makes sense.
When my phone.
Yes, Huh?
Can you hear?
I can hear every other word.
Yeah.
I can see your eyes now and not hear you.
Yeah. You've got a lovely forehead.
How about now?
Yeah, there
Now
you
we
go.
good.
That's better.
Good money. Good money.
I can hear you.
When my phone's on speaker, my mic's up, and I let it.
Oh, there you go again.
Yeah.
This is the remix,
No.
Krista.
Look,
We
I
gotta
was
get
remixing
you
earlier,
headphones
so I
or
get it.
something. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I've remixed in my life.
How's
Just a
everybody
flavor.
doing in the chat? If you haven't yet, please like the stream. Subscribe to the. Is it subscribe or follow? What do we do in Twitch?
It's follow. It's follow.
Follow me on Twitch. It's Vibe Reactions, one word on Twitch. If you haven't followed me, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Because we're gonna be doing
I'm
all our
confused
lives
too, like,
here.
I did this a couple. Wait, hang on. 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago, something.
Oh,
I
I finally
followed.
got my merch. I finally got my merch
Ooh.
with the hat and all that. The hoodie's on the way. The hoodie takes a little bit longer.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. I'm back.
Don't mind me. I'm just doing my autism stints here. I'm drawing.
Krista, how you coming? Hold on,
Okay,
she's doing some
no, it
Inception
was-
shit. We got two Kristas.
I was gonna say,
Oh, there we
I'm
go.
back. I had to get my computer. I'm moving it downstairs, so hang out with
There
Connor
you go.
more.
Excuse
He
my
was not-
phrasing, I'm talking to my tablet, but why do you have to be such a fucking bitch here?
I'm gonna
Okay.
take this
Is that
out.
better?
I'm gonna have to take that out because it's covering Orpheus Rent's face, the
What?
chat. So
Oh,
Chat.
I don't mind.
I
Here,
gotta, I
I
gotta
can
take
scooch.
that out.
I can scooch.
You're scooching towards the chat.
Am I?
Yeah.
I must turn this
It's
backwards.
because it flips you, I think.
Other way.
You're there. You go. There you go. Go money.
Yep.
Since I'm here again, I had one more thing that I didn't mention while I was on here. I was just gonna say that boundaries are important, but I don't think setting boundaries for other people for you is the most important. I think setting your boundaries for yourself and following your boundaries, enforcing your boundaries to yourself. And that's what I'm working on right now, because when I moved in with my mom, I started to like kind of drink more, whatever. And then now I'm setting like a boundary of it instead of just getting rid of it. I'm going to create a healthy relationship with it instead of eliminating it, because then I feel like when you eliminate it, you're making it a bad thing when it could be, when it doesn't have to be a bad thing, you know?
Right.
Okay, honey. So right now I'm setting my own boundaries for myself, and I'm trying to be aware of other people's boundaries. So everything's just based on me, and then because I can't expect other people to respect my boundaries if I'm not respecting my own, or if I'm not respecting others, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
that's pretty much what I'm working on in my stage in my healing process is right now.
Yeah, and it's tough. It's tough. That boundary thing's tough because we kind of put our minds into we form a habit in our heads, and this habit we build, we keep on going with it and going, and we're so like bound to this habit that it's scary to try to go away from it until
Yeah.
you start to see that you need to just let that shit go, and boundaries can help you do that to get you out of that routine of thinking, and setting boundaries is a plus. It's a must.
Yeah.
So I think that's like for me, it's the most important thing. I know everybody has a certain stage that's more important for them, but can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, you're looking, I couldn't tell if you could hear me from your facial expression.
I'm looking now like the Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah, we are.
It's a story of a lovely lady.
And
I
then,
get that.
like this.
Sorry,
And then
My
I
neck.
point up to Carly.
Carly.
And so what's the point? Hi, Carly. And then you come down to me. Yeah. We should totally do something like that. That would be hilarious. And then you just put more and more of your followers into the thing, and we all just look down at each other and up at each other.
That'll
So
be
wait.
a great idea.
Hold on, I can look at it. Wait.
I'm looking around at all of you. Hello.
And then, oop,
Yes. Okay. That's
Carly
where she
using
is.
her phone.
Ray.
That's what who is?
Ray is here. Orpheus is here. Chris is there.
hold on, my thing. I had to unplug my computer, so it's. I'm so confused.
Oh,
So I had to unplug
wait.
my computer, so everything was lagging, and then it
Is
sped
this
up.
Krista? This must be Krista, right? And that's Uncle Ray?
Yep.
I'm
And I'm
yeah,
above you.
Krista, and then Carly's above you, and I'm over here.
Oh yeah, Carly's the easy one. She's just up here. Okay, so hi, Uncle Ray.
Yeah.
And then the song could be your opening for your thing, for your live or whatever, and you could say, "There's a story of a lovely gang vibe gang." I said gang vibe.
Gang
There's
vibe.
a
Oh,
story
that
of a
verbal
lovely
Gang
vibe
vibe,
gang.
ain't no gang vibe here, ladies and gentlemen. We
I said it backwards. I'm sorry.
I do that all the time, so
Me
no
too.
judgment.
And English is my first language, so Ray is frozen.
Oh yeah, he is.
He is.
It's a good pose for him, though.
a mad pause.
Yeah, at least it's not like.
Dude, I've had some mad pauses. Cammy, get out of the way. Okay, now you guys can remove yourself. Okay, my children are all up in my face. He's like,
Carly, someone's
Hey,
asking
let's
if you can see the chat.
give Isla a smooch for me. Okay. Isla, come here, I gotta kiss you.
What about me?
Oh, Cammy's feeling left out. Cammy
hates me. Everyone
Cammy
nobody
wants-
hates you.
Everyone hates
Cammy
You can
wants
see Isla's
smooches too.
little head.
Oh, we lost Uncle Ray.
That's a,
Yes,
he'll
we
I
be
guess
did.
you're
back.
in charge, Carly.
Oh,
He'll
bye.
be back.
Bye, Ray.
Dun, dun, dun,
Ray,
dun,
come
dun.
back. We love you.
Right. We were wrong. I can't remember the words right now. Come
Fix
here, Cammy.
this first.
Smell this.
No, come here.
Smell it.
Hurry
How's your
up.
food?
Smell it.
Time.
Okay, Cammy
Please,
kisses.
one bite at a time.
One,
I don't want you to
Kiss
choke.
Cammy
smile,
for me.
Say hi. Mwah.
Kiss
You
Cammy
are-
for me too.
13-year-olds. I just did.
Yeah.
She didn't even want the first kiss.
No, she wanted it. She wanted the attention. That's why she.
Oh, she wanted, but a quick attention.
Quick attention. I'm doing something.
Isla Rowe. Bang Aki. I know it's bright, right? There's the baby.
I'm presuming
The
Uncle Ray will
sweetest
come
little-
back eventually.
Ugh.
I feel like I'm closer now because I have where my computer is. There we go.
Yeah, I feel closer too. Like,
Yeah, it felt awkward. Felt like you can only just see my head like this.
Okay.
it's
Kids
so
are done.
cute.
Ordered them food. Yeah, so actually, Krista, I was gonna say to you earlier, I wrote this down. You were talking about judgment from other people, like you didn't want their judgment. Like, dude, I fully relate to that. Like, so many people, if I would tell them like what I've told you guys, shared here,
Mm-hmm.
they would look down at me. I mean, even how I look, people judge me because I've got dreads,
No.
tattoos, freaking piercings. Immediately, people, just from the way I look, I have like a stigma. Because I think dreadlocks are dirty. No, that's
No.
not. I mean, anybody could be dirty. It just depends how they take care of themselves. Like that's such a ridiculous thing to say. It's actually way easier to take care of your hair when it's locked up. But, well, maybe I shouldn't say that because it does take a lot of maintenance. But, anyways, the point is that people judge you no matter what. You just have to show them a different side. Like my friend has tattoos all over his face. He's got a spider right here. He's got his whole everything's just covered.
I
in
work with
tattoos.
someone with a whole face tattoo, like both sides.
Right. But he's like the nicest, most southerly gentleman. He talks with, he's like Georgia and Tennessee accent. And it's so crazy how at first you could see people like, I don't know. And then you'll see the whole change once they start talking to them. And unfortunately, that it's a little bit older people. It's some people that are our age as well. I shouldn't like put a stigma on
I get
group.
you.
But because some people that are even younger than me do the same thing. Immediately offer it, judge you. But that's just like a side note. But when Krista, you were saying like what judgment from others can hold you back. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah, well, for me, it's not so much people are directly judging me. It's more of like, it looks like, for me, it's looking like a caring kind of thing. Like my family, if I say something, I don't talk to anybody about anything because anytime I mention something, everybody has to have a piece of advice to try to fix it or change it. And that's not, it might not seem like judgment on the surface, but it kind of is, because it's like they want to, if you want to change the way, if I ask for somebody's advice on it or something that's different,
Hey, it's Nick.
Hi.
Right.
We're talking about judgment. I don't know if you've heard any of it.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get back to you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries.
I just think it looks more like compassion from people to me versus like they're just judging me based on first impressions.
Right.
Like my
When
family
you meet somebody,
has been like
you meet
that.
their representative, or first impressions for whatever thing is that happened, or is what you mean, or just in general.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like if I talked to, um, like I don't know, something actually just happened a couple weeks ago at my aunt's house, and it caused this whole like fight or whatever. And my uncle was really drunk, and he was like um, he was like talking all this like shit and nonsense and whatever. And I was trying to still have a good time. I was drinking too, and I was having a good time. And then um, just kind of letting him talk or whatever. And because at some point, like, just let it be, you know,
Yeah.
if they're not going to stop or if they get offended at everything. Um,
Right.
then you just let it be, and you just like try to that's how I do it. I try to hear them out and let them talk, and then I'll still do my own thing too, you know, like if I need to
Yeah.
get away from them, I'll go and get away from them. But sometimes people just need to vent it out and keep he's one of those people that repeats and repeats and repeats, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He's like that sober. So it's just elevated drunk.
Right.
And he like it caused like this whole like fight between me and him and my brother, him and my aunt, me and my brother, and it just was like obnoxious. And like I feel like
Yep.
my family didn't hear me out. They just told me that I need to do inner work, and that
Over that instance.
I don't know. Like I have like he kind of like got in my face, but he didn't like touch me or anything. He would never do that. But he got in my face, and like I didn't see him. I saw like the guy I dated from the abusive relationship I told you, because that's what it reminded me of in that moment. And that's never happened with my uncle before. That was the first time ever anything like that happened. I've never been in a fight with him before, ever. Like argument or anything. I just kind of let him be himself and talk and whatever. And I think at that point I just like, because Connor was there too, and he was scared because my uncle was getting mad. So I was trying to protect Connor, trying to get him to understand. Connor is scared right now. Like, can you stop? And he was just too riled up, so he wasn't listening to anything or anyone. And like that's where it started to be the fight between me and him. And then I started like screaming for him to stop, but like I wasn't screaming for him to stop specifically in that moment. It was my ex-boyfriend, I guess, technically, if you whatever.
Right.
And then like after all that, my brother told me that like get over your trauma, like just get over it, kind of thing, you know, like not, you know, like
Carly and I
No
making the same
compassion.
face, just like,
No empathy.
excuse me,
Yeah.
sir.
yeah, exactly, like just get like trauma doesn't exist, just get over it. And he was
Excuse me, sir.
he shouldn't say that because we both had the same trauma growing up, so like, but and he was talking about how he's whole now and he's whole and all that, and I'm just like, are you really whole? Like, and he said yeah, because now he has a girlfriend and they're gonna have a baby and all that stuff. But for me, I think whole people that are whole don't brag about being whole.
Exactly. Thank you.
So that's how I feel, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have to proclaim it when you actually feel that way,
Yeah,
because at
like
that
you
point
just
they're
are, and
acting
people
as
can
if-
see it, you know. But
Right.
Making me think of my ex who's like, I expected you to fix my trauma. It's like,
yeah, well,
sorry?
him, it just doesn't exist apparently, and then I have to just get over it. But then my aunt was telling me that I have a long way to go, but she has no idea where I am in my own healing process. So like my family, they're judging me, but they're giving me advice. It's coming on. They're
Sounds
trying
like
to make it.
protection.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
My brother hides behind. I don't want to get all like psychological on my brother and my aunt, but I think my brother hides behind that he's making good money. He's gonna have a baby, and he has a girlfriend that he loves, and all that stuff.
He's
So
these are all good things.
distracted.
yeah,
That's
he has
called
a good
that's
life right now on the surface, so he's whole. You
but
know?
it's also he's also using all that as a distraction from his trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the wife, he has the kid, he has the good job, and he's
Yeah.
making money. But he's using all that to say no, everything is good because he has to say it out loud. A lot of times I have to say it out loud because I wanted myself to believe it, and the only way that I could believe it if I could say it out loud. It wasn't true, but it was what I wanted to hear because nobody else was saying it. So sometimes people get into that route that they're just like they'll show all the materialistic things that they have, saying that I'm good, and you justify that as I'm really good when it's no, you're not. You're not good. A person that is good is just doing.
Money Game Part 3. What that reminds me of.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Look at
Uncle
all
Ray
my
just said?
things.
What Ray just said is my biological brother.
Yeah.
Like, not the psychological, that word, my biological brother, but that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my brother is too. My brother literally, his wife, her family are like millionaires. So they are on vacation 3 weeks out of the month, like literally, and they put
Shit.
the whole bill for them. Oh yeah, must be nice, right? So my sister and I, they're okay. So my brother and his wife, they're very like hoity-toity, like live, this whole lifestyle that they plan. You don't get Tammy. Remove yourself. I apologize. But my brother literally, I think it was his wife, but created issues between our family and their family just so they didn't have to spend time with us and feel like bad about it, which makes no sense because like we raised he was so shy for so long he wouldn't even go to the counter at like anywhere. Like we went to ask like when I was little, we would go to McDonald's. I'm older than he is, so I don't know. He was like 12 at this point. He still wouldn't go up and ask him for ketchup or whatever. He's that painfully shy. And then so like we were always there holding his hand, nurturing him. My dad co-signed for his first house. Like, and then he was supposed to sell him the house when they moved out of it because my dad helped him with that, but he didn't do that. He just didn't say anything, and then sold it to her parents so they could use it as a Airbnb.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So many things. But, like, I get it.
Oh no. I'm gonna charge it. I'm listening.
The most recent thing that happened, there's been so many random, like, crazy things they've made into issues to ostracize themselves from us. Or she has convinced him, like, oh, this is how they are. They're not like to make it seem so much more malicious over such mundane things that happen with everybody. But the most recent thing was, like, I had been sober for this was last year, so I had been sober for almost 3 years at that point. And they said that they didn't want me around their kids at his birthday because they could die from touching something that I touched because of fentanyl. I'm like, what? I literally haven't used any.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years at this point, and
Yeah,
so
that's
they
crazy.
Just create. But meanwhile, that same day he came to the house and was borrowing something from my dad, like a pressure washer, and touching everything. So if I live here and I'm touching things, and you came here to use a pressure washer, but meanwhile then I can't go to a restaurant with you guys because you're scared of fentanyl transfer? Like, what the fuck are you saying? I don't know. And then it caused this huge rift, and now, but it's like I said, he created the problem because they have this whole fancy, awesome life, and they want their family to have the time with the grandkids. I have 3 nephews that they have together, him and his wife. And
It's crazy. It's crazy. Me and you are dealing literally with the same thing, and I can't say nothing else about that because the one that I'm talking about, this person will sue.
Oh, if you say anything, yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, if they knew anything about it, she would do this. And she follows
no,
my social media.
that's almost an
like
automatic.
A stalker. Yeah,
Well,
it's crazy.
is it because it's your platform though? You just can't talk about it at all, Ray?
Right, he doesn't want to get in trouble.
I know the way this person thinks, and if I were to say everything that happened, they will contact lawyers and they will.
No, but just like
It's
here,
not an if. No, it's
Right,
in
anywhere.
anything.
in
If I,
general.
Public.
in general,
Oh my
if in
God.
anything in public, if I'm out in any of my live streams or say anything on IG or anything like that, this person will grab it and they will be calling the lawyer the next day.
Yeah.
But all I could say is what you just said right now with you and your brother. Everything's exact,
Crazy.
but reverse it, reverse the genders, and then we
Yep,
good.
no, I got you.
But everything's a fact, like
And it
matched up completely. It does, sir.
Doesn't
But
make
you know,
any sense.
I've learned that sometimes just because people are close like that that person doesn't necessarily have to be part of my life just because
Right.
they're that close. So once I learned how to do that, it started not to matter what the person thought of me
Yeah.
because I'm
Well, it's
not
not me.
yeah no you're not I'm
It's more for the kids. Like they're
Right.
not
Yeah.
seeing their cousins because of what something
Yeah.
fictitious that they've made up and made it inflated into this.
exactly and like you said, the kids are the ones that are dealing with it. The kids are the ones that are going to be, I don't know my cousin that well, grow up not knowing their family like that and not having that bonding time with family like that is really
Yeah.
fucked up for a child to come up with. And I can't see my cousin because of drama. I mean, like it's weird and I don't like it because when I grew up,
It's weird.
it
I don't
was
get
like
why
when
they
one
don't
cousin
do
was
that.
around. Yeah, I don't know. It's like when I'm around my cousins, it's a party. We're roasting each other.
Yeah.
We're talking crap. We're having fun because we had that when we were younger. When we grew up, it was all of us. Every time I went somewhere, all my cousins was right behind it, and we were always doing the same things everywhere. So I had that connection with them. That's why now, as adults, if we're in the same room, just imagine 4 Rays eating edibles at the same time. That's what you're
Oh,
gonna
goodness.
get.
That sounds like a time. How do I sign on to this list of cousins? Can I join?
I want to do a live stream and ask my real close cousins and ask them, hey, if I throw you the link, will you guys jump up on the live stream and come and hang out? And like I have a family live, like just bring my family and we could tell old stories
Yes.
and yada yada yada. I was thinking about doing something like that, but the problem with them is that they're exactly like me.
So it's a lot of talking.
So where's the problem in this?
So it's a lot of talking over each other, saying, "Yo, shut the fuck up when I'm talking, motherfucker," and it's a lot of that going on. So it's entertaining for you guys, but at the end of the day, when this shit turns off, I'm gonna call these motherfuckers like, you're never coming on my.
Yeah. Oh my
You guys
gosh.
are fucking insane.
No, that can be your Brady Bunch thing with your cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be
family.
insane.
And then like
That'll
you
be
guys
insane.
just do whatever and dance on each little screen.
Yes. Wait.
I don't know about them dancing, but I know I'm gonna be dancing no matter what.
Give somebody like the ability to mute any of you, like you two, Ray, and let
God.
like Carly or
The mute
Jorge or
master.
someone just like mute whoever's been talking
Just
to
to
you.
mute
They can
whoever.
do it.
I could mute all of them. And be like,
Yeah.
y'all gonna be
No,
streaming,
don't
mute.
give you the power. Don't give you the power. Give somebody else the power.
Yeah, because if you give me the power, I'll just mute them for infinity. I'm like, I'm not gonna ever let you guys talk. So, but no, yeah, I'll probably give a link to one of the mods if they're free, and then have them just be backstage, just muting everything.
Randomly.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no,
Randomly.
just you guys are getting too loud.
So that's why
Y'all need
nobody
to
can
settle
take
down.
it.
You two, Ray.
It's just random.
Teleprompter.
Right.
There'll be your teleprompter. That's the word, right?
What?
When
that-
the people that
Teleprompter.
used to answer the phones, they would take the cord and plug it in for like the phone
Operator.
call.
No, operator. Yeah.
Operator.
Teleprompter is the one that's the screen with the
The
words.
screen with the
Read
words.
Yeah, I'm like, what's? I don't know. I don't know words anymore. I used to know words. So the operator.
I don't. Yo, it's okay. I got a question, and this is a mental health question.
No, like when they call for shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry,
operator.
go on.
Mental
Yeah,
health
operator.
Okay.
Is that the word they use for the thing though? Doesn't start with the T.
The the teleprompter. Yeah, that's the
Are
teleprompter.
you?
No,
you're talking
no.
about you're talking about a telethon?
I don't know. No. No, I'm just thinking maybe it is operator. The person for like if you call
Yeah.
it a radio show.
Hey, extension 321.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just call an operator. Oh, okay. I don't know
Operator,
why
I need to call
teleprompter came in my mind.
Yeah, that's operator.
I knew
Or-
what a teleprompter was though. I'm not that dumb.
You see now I'm thinking. You see now you got me fucking
well, they
thinking.
used to
No,
do
the teleprompter
telethons.
is the words like it's
Yeah,
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
It
No,
is.
100%.
It just sounded
Okay.
like a good name
It's-
for somebody.
I
who-
had that. I've had that happen to me before so many times that I'll be like, "What is that fucking
Me
word
too.
that I'm looking for?" And you guys probably seen it in a lot of my reactions. I do this
I
shit
think I
all the
did
fucking
that
time.
earlier
Oh,
when I
I
said
answer you all the time.
Yeah.
When you say things, I'm literally answering you. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I do it
this,
too.
This is like, oh, he can't hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, but
And
I'm
like,
still doing
I-
it.
if my nephew
I-
was in the room, I'd ask him how many times a day do I just be like, I'm looking for the.
powder.
And
Yeah.
I'll just make gestures at him, and he'll be like, "What are you talking
Yeah, and
about?"
I
It's
just
like,
remembered earlier I was looking for the word physicist. That's what
It's
it
all
was.
grams.
Right,
No
right.
sugar.
And
I
that's
got
what
it
my
now.
Oh, wait.
my question for all of you right now is on a mental health tip. Have you guys been seeing this issue mentally lately that you can't form a sentence right, or you can't, it's like what we just talked about, like necessarily, it's been happening more and more as the days go
worse.
by, that it's just like, it's not only on me. I've been seeing a lot of podcasts, and a lot of them are just like, they're the same thing. They're just like, why can't I get that fucking word? And there's an actual thing on Instagram about it, Reels, that they're just in the middle of saying a sentence, and then they'll be like, why is it that I cannot say this word right? Like,
Yeah.
onomatopoeia, you'll be like, anapiamata. And that's
I've
the
seen
way your
that.
brain is telling you
No,
say
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But you know it's wrong. Like, I'm saying the same thing with specific. I did a whole reaction. I was saying Pacific the whole time.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
And it
yeah.
was and it wasn't that I think the word is Pacific. It's just that I couldn't, for nothing to save my life,
Yeah.
say the word specific. And then I
It
stood
wouldn't
there with
connect.
it wouldn't connect. And I turned off the video was over, and I stood there and I was like, specific.
Yeah.
Specific.
It,
Like,
it happens like that. It does. Where you're like,
I-
okay, now I don't need the word, and here it is.
I forget
And it's just-
people's
it's-
names. So like I'll
I'm
be
bad
trying
with
to
names.
think of like no,
Okay.
but I know like your names, and then I'll be like, let's say I mention you in a conversation, and then I'm like, oh
Yep.
my god, this guy, and then especially if they don't know you, right? That I can't even describe you to them.
you know what I told myself today? And I was on the phone with another reactor. We were talking about some shit. And I was like, yeah, because I got the Vibe series, the Vibe, you see it's happening right now. Vibe recovery session today with
This is how we are right now.
the surfer chick. What's her
I'd
name?
rather be in the.
Carly. And then he said Carly, and I was like, Carly. And I was like, I talk to Carly 100 times a day. How the fuck do I not know her name? Like, it's just some
You
crazy
do, though.
shit.
It's the thing. It's just fucking brains are.
Hey, I'll be the surfer chick. That's fine with me. That's a good way
Yeah.
to describe me.
Because I know he knows my community, and I know if I tell him the
Totally.
surfer chick,
Yeah.
he's gonna get exactly who the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
I've just.
That's ADHD Daily, Heather. Heather
I've
say
just
that's
started
ADHD.
saying my brain is
Heather
soup
and I-
because, like, my brain is liquefied. It'll be back. It's fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
No, but it is
sometimes
weird, when you know what you're talking about, you're in the middle of a conversation, you know you've seen it, it's coming out, and then all of a sudden there's a block, and you're like, what?
he
Like,
absolutely,
why
my
can't-
counselor, he absolutely told me that has a lot to do, obviously, with ADHD. Because we're
Yeah.
trying, our brain is trying to talk faster than what our lips could
Yeah.
process and actually do.
That happens to
So-
me.
It happens-
I was
So
told
they-
by well, they can't do the evaluation, but like they know like the signs and stuff like that. But I was told by every counselor that I've had that they don't think I have ADHD because I don't have the hyperactivity. But I was told by everybody that I know that has ADHD that they know how I am, they told me they think I have ADHD.
Yeah,
The
but
thing is-
ADHD comes in so many
I
different
know.
forms.
Yeah, I was
What he's
looking
saying,
it
what he's
up.
saying.
What?
What he's saying, it comes
Yeah.
in so many forms.
Yeah,
so many.
Yeah.
There's
but I was looking it up.
ADD.
There's one called inattentive ADHD, and I
And
think
that's-
that's what I have. I
that's
can't
more
focus
common-
on things at all, but
That's more common in girls and women.
yeah.
And you
And
zero in
yeah.
on certain things.
Yeah.
Certain things you're like.
Oh
yeah,
no,
and then
yeah, there are
others-
certain things if I'm like, but it's not like I can't sit and like hyper focus on like reading something or whatever, but if it's like something creative or anything like that, if I'm not done with it, I will be thinking about it.
So what degree is this? Because I'm confused about how this all works.
I
I
don't
know a
This is
lot
a-
about this. I was
A
diagnosed when I
legit
was
question.
7.
Because I really don't. I've been diagnosed, but my parents said, "Nah, you're fine." So they never took care of it. I was literally sat down and they did a whole hour and a half talking to a lady, asking questions, and me answering them. And then she said, "Yeah, your son has ADHD. These are the steps." And my father's like, "He's just lazy." And then he just took me out the office, and then I just kept on living life.
Well,
so
those were the times back then.
Yeah, the thing
Yeah, I was
is,
just lazy. I
Believe in
just
it.
So this is what happens to me.
Mhm.
If I'm explaining something or I'm telling a story, whatever. If I mention, let's say, a cat in the sentence that I'm saying, my brain automatically takes cat and says, "What about that one cat that you saw yesterday?"
yes,
And
that's
then
the
my
thing.
brain will automatically change everything to talk about that cat. Because if I don't talk about that cat, I start feeling uneasy. So I just let it out, and then if I'm talking about that cat and I'm continue on talking, and then let's say something comes up about my nephew, and then in my back of my head I'm like, man, I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if he's good. So I'll see myself, then I'll just go get it and be like, hey, in the middle of a reaction, I'll pause it and be like, hey, just because if I don't, I won't be able to continue on with my next thought.
I bring up different conversations that were past and stuff. If I didn't get to say something, I still will be like later, hey, so I didn't get to say what I needed to say. I'm the same way.
Yeah. And
Or
like,
like
I'm hyperactive type ADHD, which they think is more common in dudes. It's just kind of, it depends who you are, basically. But the reason I'm drawing is because I literally can't focus on a conversation unless I'm doing something with my hands. Like you see me right now. Man.
You know how bad it is right now that I'm supposed to be hosting this and I want to do. I am so like looking at all the tabs on Twitch and I want to go crazy and just start hitting buttons and shit. But I'm like holding myself to not do that because that's unprofessional. 1, 2. If I do that, you guys are going to be talking. I'm going to be like, oh, that's another button that says that can do things. And then I'll just go down that route because that's why I'm just like, but I have to keep it in front of me because if I keep taking it away, I'm not helping myself. I have to keep all this in front of me because I have to not try to go do all the shit that my brain is telling me. If you don't press that button, I'm gonna press that button.
Yeah.
And it's just like I hate it, but I'm learning how to.
Do you guys keep your tabs open? Like I have 1, 2, 3,
All of them.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 tabs open right now
You can
because
count
it's
yours.
something I looked at
That's
before.
Aggressive.
I get
Mine are
more
uncounted.
sometimes. I close them and my computer slows down.
I get stressed out, and also if I keep them open, my computer slows down. But I get stressed out by having too many tabs open. So I'll be like, I don't need this one at this moment, so I'll save it to look at later. But
this
then I'll
this
forget
may
it.
sound crazy. Like if
I'll forget.
All right, so
on.
when I do my reactions, right? Usually, the smart thing to do is open up OBS, one tab. That's one thing that I'm using that I have to use.
What is OBS?
It's a
when I
screen
used to
capture.
record. What I used to record the videos.
Oh.
And then
Yeah,
and then I have YouTube open. And the normal way of doing it is have the one YouTube open with the video that you're going to react to, have OBS, and whatever editing program you're going to use, have that open, and that's it. That's the only thing you need.
Yeah.
I open every tab of every reaction that I'm going to do for that day. I open up Patreon. I open up my email. I open up everything that I know, and it has to be in specific order. So I have to
So you
have all the
remember it?
reactions, huh?
Yeah.
So I can
So
remember
so
what
you
I'm doing.
organize it. Yep.
So I can
No, that
organize
makes
some of my memory.
perfect sense.
So if I'm going to react to Ren, Prav, Sleep Token, Elvis, Angelina Jordan, it has to be on the tab exactly how I'm gonna do it, and then it has to end up on my YouTube studio where I can upload everything, and everything has to upload exactly how I had it open on the tab. Because if it doesn't, then my brain is gonna say, "Well, we're missing something," and you're gonna put the wrong thumbnail to the wrong picture, and then I won't be able to focus right. And then once that's
How
done,
long did it take
that-
you to get to that point, to make that as your process?
What she asked him.
the 3 years.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
See, but now you've
Ooh.
got that process. See, I fully understand that and
Mhm.
get it, because I have certain things that if I don't do it in order, exactly like that, so I have
It throws
a
it
map,
off.
then I'm
Yeah.
going, and
And,
then I'm like,
so
oh shit.
exactly.
Okay,
So if
yeah.
I don't have my wife says you are a slave to your routine. She always tells me that. She's like, you're going to be a slave to
You
your
don't
routine.
understand.
And then I tell her, well, she gets it now because
Yeah.
I told her, I was like, babe, if I don't do it this way, my brain is gonna start going all over the place. And then I explained it to her where there's something that she does, like, you do it too, you just don't notice that you do it. And then I'll
Ashley,
explain it, and she'll be like,
don't tempt him.
then she'll be like, oh, that's what it is. And then she'll finally understand where I come from. But in order to understand me, I don't understand me half the time. So I'll sit there and I'll be like, why does my brain do this? And why can't I just make it simple on myself? Like, just to remember things. And like, I have to have all that stuff open. If I can't, I can't function.
Yeah.
And the same thing, if I don't wake up, get my weed, take a shower, and do it exactly in that order, something is missing. So when I do my reactions, you'll see it, because I'll be like, I'll be off, I'll be more quiet than usually, or I'm not as energetic because I'm like, my routine was completely off and I can't function
You're
right now.
stuck on, so that part of OCD
I suck at routine.
too, is the
No, it's a part of, if I don't do it, I just, all right. So I pray before every I start every day. In the studio. I pray that this videos could connect and then yada yada yada. If I don't do that and I do my reactions, I feel like I did a shitty job and I got to redo them over and I can't put these out. Like, because my energy wasn't there. I didn't pray, so therefore these videos don't make sense to me anymore. So I can't go in without praying. I don't know if that's a routine that I've built into my head to do, or it's just an OCD thing.
Yeah, it
But
sounds
I
like,
know I'm up to a
Probably
point
both.
where I can't.
Yeah.
yeah.
How do you even
Well, no.
start a routine? I can't. Every time I get a routine, I'll do it for 3 days and then I can't even like continue doing it. And then every time I restart my routine, I change it.
you get a routine by vibes. If it
Yeah.
works for you, you keep doing it.
Okay.
Right. See, but with kids, like, and I can relate to this, there's so many unforeseen things that are gonna happen. It's like goddamn impossible to stick to a very structured routine. It's literally impossible.
Yeah.
For me, at least. And
That's
just
why I thank my wife every
little kids.
single day. Because if my wife wasn't holding shit down the way she's holding shit down, and I'm not able to do my routine, I won't be worth shit for myself. If I'm not able to actually do it the way I'm doing. That's why you don't see me going to hotel rooms and doing reactions to hotel rooms. It's not my scenery. I can't be me in a place that is not mine. I have to be in my studio in order for me to do reactions. I can't do it without it. So it's just my comfort level and just what I'm used to. I don't feel like right now, my ashtray and my everything is exactly where it is every single time. Whether I move it or not, it ends up in the same exact spot.
Yeah, that's how I
It can't
am.
be any other way.
Yeah. And if
Because
someone
any other
moves
way-
it,
That's
You
why I
can-
tell my son, I know when you're in my studio. And he was
Yeah,
like, how do
that's
you
what
know? I was like,
I was
because I
about
know
to say that.
exactly where everything is on that table.
Yeah.
So
Uncle
if my
Ray,
puffer,
I think you might
Yeah.
be in the ADHD club with me, where you have a little tiny bit of the tism and an enormity of ADHD, but a little tiny bit of the
yeah,
tism.
it's bad. But it's to a point now where I control, and I'm not as bad now. I'm trying to just let things go. Like the other day, I did a react, and I get goosebumps, and I get like itchy even talking about it because just thinking about it gets me uncomfortable. But I did the reaction. I did my reactions the other day, or no, yeah, a couple of days ago. I did reactions, and usually when I finish my reactions, I shut everything down. I do my final prayer of the night. Thank you, God, for giving me the energy that I needed today to go give these reactions and to give the energy that the people need. Yada yada yada. I didn't do that part. I didn't sleep for 2 days because I was trying in my head to comprehend why wasn't it that I didn't do it, and it was giving me trouble sleeping because I was like, did I fuck up? Did I do something wrong? But then I managed to get myself out of it and say, bro, it was just, you just missed it once.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine, you're good. And then when I accepted that, I was finally able to say, okay. Because it was something that was bothering me. Not that I was all focused on it completely, but it was bothering me. Like, every time I'm going to sleep, I'm like, damn, you missed that prayer. And then I'll wake myself back up when I'm trying to sleep. And then I'm just like, why did you think about that right now? You were just about to sleep, and then that just came to your head that you missed that one prayer, and you're just like, now you're completely, now you can't sleep because you're still thinking about it now. And it was like, why are you doing this to yourself? Let it go. It happens. Whatever. It is what it is. That doesn't make you less a believer of God. It's just because you missed one night. But it's just that pressure that I put on myself that I have to do it this way. So I'm slowly trying to get out of that. And that's my next monster that I'm trying to not control, but let go and try to live a more less stressful brain life. Because that's what's my problem. Little things stress me so much.
To not be okay. Like, that's fine.
Right.
Like, if you miss something, it's whatever.
Is there a way that I can transfer some of my like not routine, like caring about routine so much to you, and you can give some to me of yours?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. That's the whole point. Yeah, exactly, Carly. You're gonna say it. I'm gonna let you say it.
Yeah,
that's the whole
I'm
point.
gonna cross camera real quick. I'll be right back.
Is to talk and explain. Okay.
No.
Explain how you do things.
I wish there's a way.
Share.
I wish there's a way that we could instantly just hit a, like, here, Ray. I got 300 cool, like, chill tokens. You could use them so you can just relax and calm the fuck down. But it's just like, I'm trying to get out of the routine. That's why I'm doing things like backwards now. Now that YouTube did what they did, now I have no choice but to break my routine. I can't do it the same way anymore. So now I got to do it differently. So now I'm doing it, but now I'm finding new ways of doing things is now fun to me because now I'm open to it.
Yeah. Well,
so
now I'm pushed
over
the edge. You didn't have to make the step. It was kind of like made for you, in a sense. You know, like you were saying on that, like I was talking about earlier on that, the end of that live on Thursday when you were talking to Archie and working, you were kind of like talking through it, you know, while talking to him, kind of like how when you talk to a therapist, you really do all the work yourself, you know, just by talking through it. And then they are like, yep, that's right, you did it, good job, but you did. And that's exactly what this reminds me of. It's the same energy that you, well, it is the same situation, but you were just kind of talking about it before, like, okay, I remember in some of the reactions and that one live that you did on that Saturday before about the UMG thing, like, eventually we're gonna have to move to this or do that or blah blah blah, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And then you, not because of UMG, but because of whatever unforeseen circumstances, you had to cross that bridge, and that was it. The bridge shut down, so then you gotta, for a week only, now you had to find the other avenues, but now you're getting comfortable in these other avenues just in case or whatever happens, so you have these other places. So that right there is just, it's so helpful. It's almost a gift. You have to be grateful.
And that's exactly how I wanted to end that.
For everything.
That's exactly how I wanted to end that. It's just like, I could always, we could always sit here and we could always sit and complain about what bad went wrong, but it's just like taking this opportunity, like, all right, now I know Twitch, now I know how to work with Twitch, so I always take it as a positive, and like, this is just something else I added onto my belt, I had no choice but to learn how to do this Twitch because I was not going to cancel none of my live streams. I had these people waiting. It's not professional to cancel just because this shit. I was going to make it happen no matter what. And just me learning how to do Twitch now, and maybe this is another avenue that I could take doing something else. That maybe not reactions. Maybe it's just, like I said, just doing the live reactions here, or maybe adding something else to the playlist on Twitch. Maybe gaming. I could add gaming now into this because now I have it in my computer, and I can add that onto the repertoire and do some gaming a little bit. So it's opening me to be like, yo, bro, you have no choice but to expand now because now you have the option.
And
you got to use it.
the Patreon, because I remember because I watched all the Patreon videos start to finish, and I listened to all the, like I said, I talk to you when you're talking in the videos, literally. Like, I feel like we're just sitting talking. But,
Right.
you were talking about how, I want to do something different for tier 1 or tier 2, or add a lower tier, but then what would I do for this tier and that tier, and then this instance also kind of pushed you into that as well. So you got a lower tier. You still have the other tiers. Well, not lower. You have the same tiers, just at a lower price point for the time being. And there you go. Like it all worked out. So you have our windshield is a lot bigger than our rear view mirror for a reason. And I say that all the time. And it's so true. Because there's no reason to look back. Yes, learn, but keep going, because you can't go back. We don't have that time anymore. That's fucking gone. It happened, it's done. But I just said that. That's also gone too. So it's all we have is right this minute, second,
The
moment, now. That's it.
The right now.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
A meteor could smash me in the head. Whatever.
I have to help my mom with something, so I have to go. But
Krista,
I'll see you guys
thank you
next
so
time.
much. Thank you so much. Next month, the 30th. We're going to keep on running it on the 30th. So, or the end of the month weekend. Let's do the end of the month weekend.
Good. Yeah, the 30th I have...
Carly
I'm
will
getting
share the
dreads
post
twisted.
anyways, and then I'll share it.
Okay.
And then
Okay,
me
but by that
sharing-
time, we'll be back on YouTube. So by that time, we'll be good. Because I want this to be what I'm doing on YouTube. I don't want this to be on
I'll still share it so people know when it is.
Yeah, but it's going to be...
And it helps me
I just wanna
remember.
do the
I'll forget.
I just want to do maybe the last weekend of the month. I could dedicate the last Saturday of the month to do it because that's just a better time for everybody to come in and share and do that.
On the weekend day.
On a weekend day, and just do same thing, 4 to 8, and just take that one weekend. Hey, talk to my wife and say, hey babe, the last Saturday of the month, that's gonna be the thing. So that could just be better timing for everybody.
So that would be the 26th.
Okay, then it'll be the 26th.
Yeah,
Of
the
July.
last Saturday of July is the 26th.
Yep. So we'll do it then. We'll do it at that time until further. I mean, if something changes, obviously I'll let you guys know. So.
Yeah, no, that makes
All
sense
right.
because I was going to talk to you about that anyways about my appointment. It's in
I
St.
got
Pete.
you.
I'm going to St. Pete. It's the only. That's another thing. I was thinking about what else can I do to for work, because I mean I work now. I manage this company, but it's not that big of an organization, and I don't make that much money. But it just works with my time, with my schedule right now. But there's what I've come to see is there's such a there's not very many dreadlock artists anywhere. You have to go to find them specialty. There's one in Orlando, but I don't really like the style she does. So the only other one that's close is in St. Pete. So this whole East Coast is nobody. Maybe down in Miami, I'm sure, but up in this area. So, I don't know. I just felt like that's an opportunity that I realized that I could do and learn how to do and then work on my time. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to look for positive things, because white girl dreads are not the same as, any other dreads. But I'm just excited. I feel like it's a new opportunity that I can work on and do something. And you got to keep your options open and all that. All that jazz. I mean, I've been coloring my own hair for years and cutting my own hair. I cut my kids' hairs. It's not hard, but I don't know. I have to find out if you need a cosmetology license to do anything with hair.
I think in order for you to work in a shop, in order for them to rent out a chair for you, you have to have barber's license or a cosmetology license.
Yeah, I think so. Nope,
Well,
the next Christian.
Like
Unless you know
the
somebody that
girl
knows
who
somebody.
There's one girl that does. I think she does it like you either come to her house or she'll go to your house. And
Oh,
she
you could
just
build it
does
that
her
way, absolutely.
advertising on IG and then brings her kit like with her and da 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 da. So I'm thinking, because I'm not really cutting or, well, depending, but or coloring people's hair, just locking it up or like making, because a lot of people do the synthetic dreads and then that's so easy. You just like braid them into their hair. Like anybody, I saw so many people last night. I was surprised. That's another reason why at that concert that made me think like, God, there is a market lacking over here, because so many girls and guys and all of them had the dreads that you like the braid in to the top, and then there's like different ways of doing it. I know this is like super off topic, but it was really interesting, and it made me feel like, man, there is definitely a market for this. I just don't think I'll have time to go to, because I looked into cosmetology school, and it's like almost 8 hours every day, Monday through Friday, for like 7 months or 8 months. So.
What?
Holy crap.
I didn't think it was that. I mean, I guess you have to really know what the fuck you're doing when you
that's
with
true.
somebody's hair.
Especially
So
with
I guess
like
it
dyes
makes
and
sense.
stuff.
Oh yeah, like me when I had hair, I was very anal who touched my shit. I didn't let nobody touch it. The luck that I had with a barber, that was my man God that helped me out with that one. My barber that cut my hair since I was a child in New York.
Night,
Somehow, some way, ended up in Florida where I lived at.
What's he? What is he? Is it Puerto Rico that they get?
He's Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican.
Yep. Okay, that's what it is. I know. A lot of guys talk about that with their barbers. Like
And he was the one giving me the blowout, and he's giving me. He was the one that gave me the haircuts the way I needed to get them in New York. And then I came to Florida, and I'm like, man, I let this one girl touch my hair because I didn't find him out until like a year later. And she went, and I said, I want, this is when I wasn't bald. I actually had a full curly head of hair. And I told her, all I want is a blowout, bring it down to like a 2, and a blowout so I can have a little fluff, little curl going up, and then nice line up and all that. She gives me a skin fade all the way around with my hair all the way slicked back. And I went, I don't know what word you misunderstood. My mistake was my dumb ass, my eyes were closed. And I was like, the minute she went, zeh, I went, oh, you might as well do it now.
Can you point?
You completely just shaved the whole side of my head off. I'm like, yo, you might as well fucking do the fucking skin fade. I'm like, that's not what I asked for. I said, blowout. So that right there was like, you know what? I'm just going to let my shit rock. I'm not going to let nobody touch my hair. And then I just started doing my own zero guard, and then I just started doing my own. And then after that, I started going bald. So I was like, I might as well just shave it all off and say, fuck it. Fuck hair. I don't like hair no more.
Okay, go wipe your face. I don't know.
Carly, I want that that's behind you. I want that that's behind you.
Yeah, me too.
It's a tapestry. It's just a
That
tapestry.
I'm talking to
that
someone
one
else.
specifically is beautiful.
Yeah, I love you too, man.
It has all the astrological symbols all the way around the sun.
Okay, I extra super want that one.
Yeah, see, there's Taurus. This is Aquarius. Oh, you can't see. Hold on. There.
There we
Wait, where's my finger? This is Taurus.
There you go, yep.
Aquarius. Where are we at? That's Sagittarius. I guess they're not in order because there's Cancer. Because this would not be the same. I don't know what. Wait, no. Okay, Pisces, Aquarius. Okay, it's starting here. Aquarius, Pisces. No, because that's Capricorn. So yeah, no, they're not in order. I don't know what they're doing. They may be doing like the cross thing. You know what I'm talking about? How when you do your birth chart, it has to be like when you find. I don't know the word. It's escaping me now. Here we go again with all that bullshit from earlier. But yeah, it's something. Whatever your counterpart is in astrology, it means something. I can't remember at this point.
Shoot, that's escaping me too.
But
I know what you're talking about.
I don't remember where I got this. I think I got it at.
Bye, Krista. Thank you for coming through, Krista. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming up and sharing. Imperfectly Elsie in the house. What's going on, Elsie?
But I do my own hair too, actually. Funny enough.
Yeah, I do mine too.
Yeah.
That's easy. That's
Yours is
easy
easy.
money.
Easy.
This is a.
And
I've actually got a fade in the back because I'm growing out a mohawk.
okay.
Oh, I love
But
mohawks.
it's yeah.
Yeah,
And
I see it. That looks really good.
I know I look like 100% white, but I'm not. I actually had to learn how to do my own hair because my mom thought, "Oh, this is white people hair." Not all of it. Enough of it, but not all of it. Mm-mm.
So it's just like the texture, you mean? You mean the texture
Sorry.
of your hair?
Yeah, a good bit of it is curly and well, not sorry. A good bit of it is wavy, and then there's bits and pieces of it that are extremely curly, like extremely curly.
Yeah.
I used to get mats in the back of my hair because I didn't know how to take care of it.
Well, I did too. That's why I just did this.
Yeah. I finally
like,
ended up.
literally, my hair locks.
She said, I
I-
might as well just get locked. Hey, Carly. Carly's fine, bro. Carly's
It would
fine.
When-
do it by itself. So
Yeah.
I said,
I
When I
fucking love
was-
Carly, man. I swear to God.
When I was 12, 13, I ended up having such bad mats that I walked into a hairdresser and said, "Just cut it off. Just cut it
Yeah.
off."
dude,
And
before
my mom was
before
so
my-
tired of dealing with it that she's like, "Yeah, just cut it off."
Cut it off.
Yeah. Well, see, you guys have that luxury. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I had gotten out of one of the times I had gotten out of jail, and my hair. I was trying to lock it up in there because it was like they only give you like these janky little combs. That's how you keep your piercings, is you bite the comb and you stick them through the holes of your piercing.
Mhm.
But so I was in there and I was like, I'm just gonna lock my own hair up. So I started trying to do it, and it looked like shit. And I got out, and my brother's wedding, funnily enough, was like, I don't know, less than a week from then. And of course, I needed to go. And I went to a hairdresser. I'm like, can you get these out? And they were like terrified. I ended up getting them out myself, but I couldn't before that because it was like it was a mess. Which this was years ago. This was like when was that? 2015, I want to say. Yeah. But now I know that is possible because I got it out myself. It just takes time, and you have to understand that you can do it, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
It's just,
and it takes time.
right.
Right.
Like, but I was
People are
12,
in
and
understanding.
my mom would give me about 20 minutes of her time for my hair a week. Which, with my ADHD meant I wasn't doing it, she wasn't doing it. It was not
Right.
getting done.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just to brush Isla's hair, like, it's a lot. She's got long hair. I gave her a butterfly cut recently.
I remember.
Did you hear her? Did you hear her?
I didn't hear what she said. What did she say?
I remember my wife when
Nobody
my
does.
wife was combing my daughter's hair. My daughter had very, very beautiful, like she had natural highlights when she was a baby. So she had her hair was so luxurious and like those beautiful curls that go down, very elegant. But the problem is, as she got older, her hair started getting curlier and curlier and curlier. And then when it's brushing time, it's and you see my wife just, I gotta do it. Like there's no other way. But then my wife went to a hair place and there's like a cream that you could put that really like loosens it up, and it's not as bad. And so she started using that and they were fine. But it was, I was hearing it in the morning. I'm like, yo, you're gonna kill this child.
Well, the morning is the hardest time because you're trying to get it done quickly because you gotta get to school, and so you don't have time to like, okay, I'm gonna brush this part and slowly do the next, and then we'll get it through. But yeah, so that was that is the issue. But when I have time, and she's funny because she'll be like, I want it done the way Grandma does it.
Oh,
because my mom
no.
is very gentle, and you know, I'm
We
like,
ain't got time for
I
that.
have all the sprays, all the things, all the oils, all the but if I put too much oil in her hair, then it gets greasy. Then it's like, I can't do that. But I found this really cool stuff. It's all natural. And that's another thing. I'm like, super hippie dippy.
And it's called So Cozy Kids. And I hate brushing my hair. And also, can you open this?
And also, can you open this? Jesus.
And also, can you open this?
Yeah. Like when I say that my hair is curly in random places, like this spot right here, actually, when it's not shaved, obviously, it's a ringlet down the side of my face.
Oh wow.
And I hate my
Stand up.
sister.
Oh,
jeez.
sweetie.
She hates me, so I
No,
hate
you guys
her.
love each other. Don't say that word. You guys know you're not allowed to say
Yeah.
that word.
It's a much
Siblings.
bigger emotion than just I am
Trash.
annoyed by
The
you.
Cammy's trash.
What was this one?
I don't know.
Well,
Raspberry?
guys, tonight was amazing. Thank you guys all for coming. It's not 8 o'clock exactly, but I haven't ate none since I woke up this morning recording and
Yeah.
stuff.
Did
So
you
I'm
say
like
Elsie?
feeling really. Yeah, Elsie was in the chat.
Oh, in the chat. Okay, never mind.
So we're gonna cut it short right now, and well, like you said, the 26th is gonna be the next one. So
Yeah, that's
plan
Saturday.
on the
Wait, Saturday,
26th.
Friday or Saturday?
Yeah,
Saturday?
Saturday would be best. Saturday would be
26th.
best because a lot of people are off that day and they could get early and they could get set up early and stuff. So
What
Um,
time?
I was thinking maybe we do the 4 to 8 again on Saturday
You
if it
think
works
that's
better.
Yeah. Or 6? Do you think 6? Or I'm trying to think. What time would that be over there in the UK?
Well,
6
how about we?
is what?
How,
7,
6
8,
is
9,
about.
10. Oh, it's 11.
He's 11 for them. So that's why we did it 4 to 8 last. Or we could do 5, 10 o'clock. I mean,
Five's
that's a.
It's just
We could do
hard
5.
for me 'cause the dinner time is like 6 for them, so it's like I have to.
Right. So we could do
Yeah.
5. We could do 5 to 8. We could do 5 to 8 on the 26th. But we'll talk about that more off screen, and we'll get it really
Okay.
situated. Yeah, get ready for the promo. The promo will be coming out with the dates. Office Ren, Krista, thank you
you.
guys for coming up and sharing with us. I appreciate you.
Happy to be
We
here,
we will be back on YouTube next time. Absolutely. So I hope we get new people coming up and new people sharing their stories so we can really get to know the community. So I know a lot of you are scared and nervous, but you see how it's a
helping.
lot better. Look at Office Ren. Good now.
Yeah, he let it out.
It's been a rough week, but you know what? Talking about it definitely helped.
And that's what the whole point of this is, just so you guys can have an opportunity just to let it out and just talk, because talking and just keeping it in is not good. Letting it out and talking about it and getting different aspects and perspectives, it's good for the soul, it's good for the mind, it's good for the understanding of what we're really going through day to day. So I mean, it's amazing to hear you guys' story every day. So I love all of you. Thank you guys for fighting with me through this tough time. And I will be seeing you guys tomorrow on Patreon.
So this time you can see your confidence level has changed.
What did you just say to me?
You
I didn't hear
kinda
what you
broke
said.
up there.
I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what you said, Carly. Yeah.
Did I cut out? Oh, I was saying to Orpheus, right? I was saying that from last time to this time, his confidence level, you can see how the evolution
Yeah.
has changed.
Last
And I'm proud of you.
time I was pretty scared, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy that you're able to get out of that shell and able to actually get some of this stuff out that you've been holding in. So I mean that's what this is all about. It's just to get people out of that shell of not wanting to talk about their problems and coming here and talking about it. Even if you're not expecting an answer or a solution to your problem at the end of this, that's not the point. We're not here to give you the answers because we can't give you the answers. You're the only one that can find the answers for yourself and push it forward. And for you to come out here, I saw you, I remember you the first time, and then now it's just like easy money. Like I could come in here, I could talk about anything.
It's getting easier. I actually wanted to bring up, like, I'm in regular therapy as well, but group is different. Since last time, I've been able to talk with my therapist about more of the stuff that was really difficult before.
Good. That's
There you
amazing.
go. That's amazing. That's beautiful.
So
I
glad
would
to
love
hear
to
it.
hear that.
It's the
Yeah.
I would
positive
love to
energy,
hear that.
Giving it around.
One time on the
Yeah.
Patreon. What do you mean one time on the Patreon? Whenever I post a video, I'm recording my reactions and putting it on the Patreon, Heather. That's what I meant by I see you in Patreon, because that's where I'm going to be putting my shit up. So, all right, guys.
Okay.
I love all of yous to death, but I must eat.
You.
I will talk to
Yo
you guys.
también.
Oye, esta. I knew she was Dominican. Gang is just crazy. I love all of you, man. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
I got a bad feeling about this.
They say Larry is a vibe like my nigga Ray. I be cool and I get high. I roll bigger.